Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we're going to be going over the leaks. We have got some brand new leaks for both Speed and Rush, which is all very exciting. I personally always really look forward to leak day. In some ways, getting leaks is actually more exciting than actually getting actual announcements when we get to see the cards, because we get to speculate, right? We get little sprinkles of little bits and bobs, and it's like, oh, well, we know we're getting this card, and this card, but now, what does that open up now? Like, what can we predict we're going to get around these cards? We get to speculate, we get to just have a lovely chat about it, and I think that is just a really good time. It's one of my favourite things about actually playing Rush Duel Links. It's kind of just, again, predicting what we think we're going to get. And sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong, but it's not about being right or wrong, it's about having a good time discussing it, and I think that is always going to be a really good time. Beyond that, I suppose we also had the KC Cup that just finished up, and it was a mixed bag. I think a lot of people were not a big fan of the current, or the previous KC Cup, yesterday's KC Cup, the day before yesterday's KC Cup. We got there in the end. Because heroes are kind of the elephant in the room here, right? People don't really vibe with the hero deck. It's very glue. It's basically the only deck you'd run into most of the time. Not the best thing in the world, but I had a pretty good time playing in it rather casually, right? I think if I was tryharding, like really trying to push, probably would have enjoyed it a lot less, which is a bit of a shame. But I don't know how the upper echelons found it. I know a couple of people that did get into top 100. You know, I think they enjoyed it to a certain extent, but I think that is just the sign of, you know, the better players kind of not really minding the meta and just being able to adapt to it. But who do we have? We have a human Portuguese dub fan. Hi chat. Hello Portuguese dub fan. Welcome on in. We got Ninjetti Ursus. Welcome on, my friend. We have Baj. I'm here for early for once. Welcome to the party early, Baj. Obviously we did also get some bonus leaks from Baj, which is pretty cool. We'll see if when we get to the leaks, if those leaks that Baj has given us have shown up yet. Oh, we have not got streamer mode on, so everyone's going to be hearing those annoying noises. So let's go ahead and change that, rather than putting up with that. There we go. That's better. Looks like Baz has just posted another. Okay, we've already seen that leak. But still very exciting nonetheless. So, who else do we have in chat? We have Hikari. Hello, everyone here for the leaks. I'm waiting for the last part of the title. You really want to see that husbando list? If we have time at the end, we will be adding to the husbando list. We'll get another dent into it. I do not think we'll finish it today for suresies. I just do not think we're going to have enough time, but we'll see what happens. But welcome on in, Hikari. And I'll tell you what, especially since you're the only one here at the moment, let's do a quick Hikari shout out. Everyone here should already know who Hikari is, but absolutely fantastic. Oh, what are you doing? Shout out. Come on, my friend. We can do this. There we go. We got it in the end. Hikari is a Rush duelist, plays a bit of Speed on the side, is a tournament commentator, a streamer, content creator, has started doing some YouTube content as well. Everyone should go ahead and give Hikari a follow if they want actual good Rush Duel content. We got Beam in the chat. Is the ban list here yet? No, it's a bit early for that. I think the earliest we should expect the ban list will be, I guess, tomorrow, like Wednesday. I think 3 days after is the earliest we've ever had it. But even that might feel a bit too soon, but we'll have to wait and see. We have Dwan in the chat. Hello, Dwan. We have Corey in the chat. Hey, welcome on in, my friend. Haven't played Duel Links in a while, but I guess it's time to farm again. I think a lot of people do that. They go on like hiatus while they wait for the new content update for their version of the game. Obviously, for us, it's going to be Rush. We have Zaki boys. I'm just waiting for Tom and Hika fighting whether to put Gong on top tier or lane tier. I think we all know where Gong belongs, right? Like we don't need to say it out loud. Like we have this understanding of exactly where Gong needs to be. And although some people might disagree, some people might have like flawed opinions, some people haven't like emotionally matured in such a way that they can appreciate like these hidden gems. I think that's fine. Like a big part of developing as a human being is about tolerance, understanding. It's about knowing that just because someone doesn't share your opinion doesn't mean their opinion is worth any less, just that it's wrong, right? And I think that is a very big distinction to make, and a lot of people, like we say, just aren't emotionally mature enough to be able to make that distinction. But it's good for us to identify that and then to just help them, right? Or sometimes they don't want help, and that's also completely fine. It's completely fine. We have to fight for a lot of characters. I mean, I don't think fighting is necessary, right? It's like, I mean, what's a good analogy, right? Like, would you care about an ant's opinion? Right? It's kind of the same thing, right? Where, you don't really, it doesn't matter if the ant is right or wrong. The point is, I'm right. And that's all that really matters. You understand? I think that's a pretty good analogy. I think it's pretty good. Also, there is still one skill that hasn't been fully leaked because it's unclear what it is. That's exciting. That's a mystery box, is what you just dropped on us there, Baj. And that is always going to be super, super exciting. We can speculate the heck out of that. Where are my Royal Rebel cards? We need the support. I mean, you've got nearly all of them. There isn't much left. There's the really good spell card, which brings back a 7 or lower from the graveyard. You've got No Wave, which is like the normal monster with 2600 defense. And then you've got like the super Go Rush stuff, which we're not going to get that stuff anytime soon. Only invalid opinions are people's opinions. Yeah. I'm trying to like break down what exactly that means. Only invalid opinions are people's opinions. Okay. Tomato is too mature. I just ban everyone who disagrees with me. Joke. See, I just use really mean metaphors to try and shun my people that disagree with me. That's all I do. I don't think I've actually ever... Obviously, you know, we're just joking. But I don't think I've ever banned anyone in my chat other than a bot. I don't think we've literally banned anyone. I've had to ban a couple of people from Discord for being, like, disruptive. But other than that, like, nothing. If the ant is physically able to hurt me, I might agree with it. Looking at you, Hunter Hunter. Oh, right. Small tangent. In Hunter Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter, it really bothers me that they are ants in the final arc. That they're called ants. They are ants. It's so weird. It's so strange. It's so... It's just the name. It's just them being ants is just weird. It's very strange to me. It's very strange. But anyway, what we should do is hop over to talk about the first thing we talk about today. I also sent you 2 more skills and DMs that aren't in DLM, but was from a different data miner, so it doesn't really have similar syntax. Okay, so these are going to be like, what, less reliable, but like potentially could be interesting, right? I'm guessing that's what we're going to take with this. Hunter x Hunter is peak. What do you mean? No, I think the arc is good. I really enjoy the episodes themselves. I just don't like that the ants are ants. That's the bit I don't like. They could have been anything else, right? You could have just had them not be ants, called them something different, and it would have been the exact same story with like the exact same emotional weight. Like I think Gon going berserk is obviously going to be one of the best scenes like in anime period. There's a lot of really cool shit in Hunter x Hunter. I do not want people to start thinking I'm a Hunter x Hunter hater. I just think the ant bit, just having them being ants is weird. That's my opinion. But the first thing I want to take a look at quickly before we get into the leaks is, because we're going to get all the weird stuff. Yeah, just chimeras. Yeah, because they're chimera ants, right? That's the weird part for me. Now, the first thing we're going to do is just go through the like little bits of news before we get into like the big stuff, right? So this was the first one that I was going to talk about. So this is like, I guess we'll mute the music while we're doing this. There's like an European content creator Master Duel clash, which is weird because again we're getting more HoloLive in, and then like 3 people I've never heard of from 3 different European countries. Obviously Elizabeth is like the UK representative. Since I'm from UK, I feel like naturally I'm going to be like supporting that. But like they didn't really explain what this is outside of 4 content creators are going to play against each other. But then they also posted this, which was like, oh yeah, a bunch of other VTubers are also going to be playing, and Joshua Smith's here. And they didn't really explain anything as to what's happening, so it's very confusing. Master Duel is doing stuff, there will be content creators involved, and there's more HoloLive stuff. I don't really understand. They have done a very poor job of explaining it. That's what we have. I thought this was worth mentioning because it confused me. Then I guess we'll do like a very, very quick Rush Rivals update. We basically had another episode on Sunday. We now have people getting even closer in points, which is always a good thing. We've got 4 different winners for the challenge leaderboard. Manicus still in first place with 4 wins, doing very, very well for himself. Is that Mr. Joshua Smith? Yes, it is. Hydrogen Bomb versus 3 coughing babies, apparently. I hope Josh is just commentating. I think Josh is meant to be helping. I think that's the idea. And then we have some new card updates that we got, which is quite interesting. So we got some new, like, bundles. We're not going to go through all of it because there's obviously a lot of cards. But we had quite a good episode, and so that will be edited. Because we have leaks, we're probably going to be doing, like, a leak video tomorrow. And then probably push Rush Rivals to Friday is probably what we're going to do. But, you know, that's Rush Rivals updated. Then we'll do a quick glance at the OCG cards that have come out, because again, this doesn't really take very long. We have Harpy, Kara, Charming Dress, 1500 attack, 1400 defense, fusion monster, made using Harpy Kara and 1 level 4 lower wing beast monster with contact fusion. Send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then, if there is a level 2 winged beast monster in your graveyard, you can choose 1 face-up monster your opponent's field and have at least 1500 attack. It's okay. It's a contact fusion. It's nothing crazy, but it's fine, right? Then we get to another interesting one. This is another one of our Chaos Galaxy cards. Outer Chaos Slime. Chaos Tell Slime. So send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. Send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Also, if there are any normal monsters among them, you may choose a Galaxy normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it to your field. So, you have to mill a normal monster, but the monster you summon doesn't have to be a normal one of the cards that you milled. So you can mill any normal monster and then bring back any other Galaxy normal from your graveyard. So this is going to be a really good way to just cheat your Galactica Oblivion onto the field, which is actually really good. So this could actually be pretty decent, especially since the deck Chaos Galaxy wants to just turbo mill into the graveyard and then ideally just have access to your boss monsters from the graveyard. So this is probably going to actually see some decent amount of play. Very, very strong card. Then we have our Dark Paladin. So Dark Paladin, a lot of people were questioning how this card was going to work because in the TCG, this card is basically you can discard a card from your hand to negate a spell card, but we can't negate cards and we don't have quick effects in Rush. So we kind of knew this was going to be finangled a bit. But so what it now has is it has a continuous effect. This card gains 500 attack times the total number of face-up dragon monsters on the field and dragon monsters among the graveyards. If you have cards in your hand, this card cannot be destroyed by the effects of your opponent's spell cards. Also, your opponent cannot activate legend spell cards. So it's interesting. It's not... I don't think this is as good as it would have been had we had the ability to just negate any spell card by discarding a card. But that wouldn't work in Rush, right? So, like, it's no surprise it got changed. But the card, you know, looks cool. I think this card is, like, fine. I don't think this is, like, broken or anything. We also got some, like, alt arts, which look quite nice. The main one that I actually really like is Dark Lurker. This card goes so hard. Like, we got the Grim Reaper, basically. We got, like, the Scythe going over the shoulder. It looks so good. Like, this is just so extra. They did not need to do this. They just went the extra mile. So... with that done, we're going to go ahead and jump into the leaks. We'll do a quick refresh to make sure we've got the leaks kind of up to date, right? So, am I late for the yapping? Kuro-sama, this is probably going to be an entirely yapping stream, my friend. I would not worry about that at all. So, list of cards that Konami have messed with recently. This is purposefully vague. This does not guarantee they're coming, but it's a prediction tool for the next 1 to 3 months. Not on the list, can still come. Don't worry and keep coping. Now, we do still have a ton of cards that have been, again, like, modified, but haven't been put into the game yet for speed. And we're still waiting on a lot of those. I'm personally waiting for all the dinosaur cards that have just been in there for months and months and months. But we'll see what actually happens. But we'll go through the speed stuff again quick, because really, the Rush stuff is going to be, like, the meat and potatoes. So we're just going to kind of go over the speed stuff first before we can, like, get into the good stuff, right? So Battling Boxing Cross Counter. This is a trap card a lot of people have been waiting for. Battling Boxers have been waiting for this for... you know, pretty much as soon as we got Battling Boxes leaked. So This is a really cool trap card. When your opponent activates a monster effect, destroy one battling boxer or number Xyz monster you control. And if you do, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster, then you can apply the following effect. Special summon a battling boxer Xyz monster from your extra deck with a different name than the first monster, and if you do, attach this card to its material. So this is really good, right? This is a monster negate and destroy that also gets you a one material battling boxer cheated out from the extra, which means you can get like Dempsey, or you can get the one that has the negate of a special summon. I forget what exactly their names are, but this is still a very, very good trap card. Very, very good. Cross counter limit one, surely? Probably, right? Yeah, like every Sky Striker card has been leaked. Also, we got the potato. Oh yeah, Mystic Potato. We'll get to that one. We'll get to that one. So we have Gathering Light. You can banish one monster you control and one synchro monster in your graveyard that is a power tool monster or level 7 or 8 dragon monster. Then target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. Level 7 or higher synchro monsters you control gain 400 attack for each of your banished level 7 or higher synchro monsters. Once per turn when an opponent's monster declares an attack while you have a banished synchro monster, you can negate the attack. I mean, this is cool. This is like, I don't know if this will see play. It depends, I think, if it's got any other, like, support for it. Like, if this is, like, searchable or something, then definitely it will, right? We'll come back to Gold Gorgonda, because there's a lot of Springan stuff, and it's all kind of in the same package, so we'll go on to the next card for now. Morphtronic Impact Return. Target up to 2 spell traps your opponent controls. Shuffle one Morphtronic monster from your hand into the deck. If you do, shuffle targeted cards into the deck. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Target one of your Morphtronic monsters that's banished in your graveyard, special summon in defensive position. You can only use one Impact Return effect per turn, and only once per turn. So this is a pretty good trap card. Like, this trap card is, like, decent, right? It's not insane, but it is an extender. Getting it into the graveyard shouldn't be too difficult. I don't really know about the Morphtronic skill, so I don't know if there's, like, a better way to use this, but getting rid of 2 of your opponent's cards, or back row specifically, is still really good as well. I think this is just a fine card in general. I think this is going to see play. Nice to see my Power Tool Dragon Toolbox deck, if it's free. I mean, we'll see, right? The Gathering Light. We've got Muddy Mud Dragon. Everyone should know Muddy Mud Dragon. So if this card can be used as a substitute for any one fusion material whose name is specifically listed on the fusion monster card, but the other fusion must be correct, the material. During your main phase, if you control the Synchro Summoned card, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion material, including this card. So it's generally kind of cool. There's some like really cool combo deck stuff you can do with this. I don't know specifically in the TCG meta what exact deck this was used in. It's probably branded, but like I don't even know what like tuner they would use. But like I genuinely don't know what this was originally used in. So if anyone does know, feel free to let me know. Then we have the Mystic Potato. If this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, to the graveyard, express something dark monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck in attack position, except Mystic Potato. So this is Mystic Tomato, but a potato, which is pretty cool. But where are the striker cards? They'll be somewhere. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Baz. So we've got Performer Power, Yugo Golem. Everyone should know what this card does. Once per turn during a main phase, this card was pendulum summoned. You can fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck using this card you control and dragons you control as material. So this card was actually pretty good because it's a level 4. You could basically summon it out to use as Xyz material. Or you could use its own effect to use it to fuse, which is... So you can basically go into like Starving Venom, or you can go into Dark Rebellion. But also its level is not bad to be combined with some of the Pendulum tuners to go into Clearwing. So it's just kind of a good card for all of those things, which is like not too bad. Mystic Potato Unchained. I mean, potentially. Phoenix Gearblade. We already have this, but I think it's attached to a skill, if I recall correctly. So it's cool that it's there. We have Revolution Synchron. I actually thought this card had already come out, but I guess it hasn't. This is like a really important tool for the deck. So like, you need this. We have already gone over this card when we did our last load of leaks, so we don't have to go too in depth, but it's a really, really strong card. Salamangreat of Fire. Now, this is one that a lot of people have said is probably not going to come out because it's too good. But if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one level 4 or lower Salamangreat monster from your deck to your hand, except Salamangreat of Fire. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except fire monsters. At the start of the damage step, if a Psyburst monster you control battles, you can banish this card from your graveyard, destroy that monster you control. You can only use each effect of Salamangreat of Fire once per turn. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's been out in a skill. Yeah, but it's not the same as the card like coming out, right? It's like Rage, right? Like, I wouldn't expect Rage to come out, like maybe attached to a skill or something. So then we have 7th Force. So during the battle phase, if a monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, target one number Xyz monster in your graveyard, special summon from your extra deck one number C monster with the same type but one rank higher. If you do attach that monster to it as material, then if you summoned a number C monster with a number between 101 and 107 in its name, you can add 1/7 or Barrier Spell Trap or one rank up magic quick play spell cup. There, spell except 7th Force from your graveyard to your hand, or from your deck to your hand. So, I don't really know. Obviously, in the image, this is showing the battling boxer, like, getting ranked up. I don't know if that's, like, the intended card to be used with this, or if this is just going to be... Because, again, without seeing the show, I assume this is specifically to get out the main Barion's boss monsters. Because, is this the card that all of them used except Mizar? And, like, because Mizar didn't use it, like, that was, like, a big deal. I can't... Like, I've seen clips. I haven't, like, seen the whole show. Salads don't need more support. Konami, stop. Probably after being hit, thrown in the random new box for baiting money. They did it with Speedroid and Galaxy Eyes. March is probably a Vector unlock. That would make sense. This is for number 101 to 107 plus the C parts. Yeah, but I don't know what number 101 and 107 is. Right? I don't know the number cards by number is my issue. So I don't know, like, specifically which ones this is used with. Then, is it just all Springans? It's just all Springans. So, I guess we'll look at the boss monster first. So, we have Springans Ship Explorer. So, Explorer is a really cool card because it makes like a cross shape on your opponent's field and destroys everything in it, which is kind of cool. But you can choose one of your opponent's monster zones or spell and trap zones to attach any number of materials from this card. If you do, destroy the same number of cards your opponent controls in that chosen zone and its adjacent monster. And or spell and trap zones. During the opponent's battle phase, quick effect, you can banish this card until the end phase. You can use each effect of Explorer once per turn. So the idea of the Springans is we get out their Xyz monsters, ideally cheating them out using the field spell. And then all of the Springans have the effect to attach themselves to a Springans Xyz monster from the graveyard. So we basically dump them all into the graveyard, use all their effects to reattach them to the Xyz monsters, and then we can use the Xyz monsters' effects to, like, pop stuff, and then Merrymaker's like the other big boss monster they get. Are these all the Springans that exist? 1Xyz? No, they have Merrymaker. I don't remember if they have any more beyond Merrymaker. Oh, there's, yeah, Gigantic Champion Sargass. This was, like, later support that they got. But the big ones were Merrymaker and Explorer. These are, like, the two big ones. So Merrymaker, which obviously isn't here. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can target one Springans monster, or you can send a Springans from your deck to the graveyard, which, again, all of them can attach themselves from the graveyard. During the main phase or battle phase quick effect, you can banish this card until the end phase. Then if you banish this card with 2 or more Xyz material, you can also send a fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard that lists Fallen Asbaz as material. The idea is you get this out, you can use its effect to blink it out, and then you send your Grind or Sprind the Iron Dash Dragon to the graveyard because this is made using Fallen of Albaz, and this card is... During your main phase, you can move this card you control to another of your main monster zones, destroy all other face-up cards in that column. That doesn't usually come up. But during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, so again, we just get out Merrymaker, blink Merrymaker, get out or get Sprint into the graveyard, then during the end phase, its effect triggers. You can add to your hand or special summon a Springans monster or a Fallen of Albaz from your deck. So typically, you could use this to like get out like Sargass, and Sargass is, again, a really good card. So 2800 defense, obviously can just be cheated out, as we just said. If this card is in your hand, field, or graveyard, you can target a Springans Xyz monster you control, attach this card to materials. That's the line of text that all Springans monsters have. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can detach one material from an Xyz monster you control, then target one face-up card on the field and destroy it. You can only use each of the previous effects of Springans Sargass once per turn, and a Springans Xyz monster that had this card as material gains this effect, it gains 500 attack. So what you can do, for example, is go into Merrymaker, use Merrymaker effect to bounce, put Sprind in the graveyard, then Sprind summons out Sargass, so on your opponent's turn you will have a Sprind and a Sargass, which is already quite good, because your Sprind can then obviously just attach other material from your graveyard to it. You can already put one into the graveyard by using its effect. And the way you'll tend to get that combo off is by using the Great Sand Sea Gold Gorgonda. So all Springans Xyz monster gain 1000 attack. That's already pretty good. You can only use each effect of Great Sand Seagull Gorgonda once per turn. If you control no Springans Xyz monsters, you can discard one Springans card to special summon a Springans Xyz monster from your extra deck. Again, we don't care that it comes out with no material because we can just use all of our Springans effects to attach them to the Xyz to gain that material, which is actually pretty good. But if a face-up Xyz monster you control leaves the field by a card effect, so again, both of our Xyz monsters tag themselves out, so they will leave the field because of their own card effect. You can target one monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack for the rest of this turn, even if this card leaves the field, which does come up and can be very relevant as well. 101 Silent Honor, 102 Star Seraph Sentry, Ragnar Zero, Masquerade, Battling Boxer Star Cestus, Giant Hand, and Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Okay, so it's all of the the Barian aces then, I guess, is what it actually specifically refers to. But yeah, the Springans are cool. They all have really cool effects. We don't really see Supreme Sovereign Serpent typically see much play, but it's pretty cool. While Gold Gorgonda is on the field, this card's original attack becomes 3,000. You can only use each following effects once per turn, while this card is in your hand or graveyard. If you control a face-up card in your field zone, you special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So it's just basically we get out Gold Gorgonda, and then this is a special summonable 3k attack monster, which is already pretty good on its own, right? It's just a free 3k guy. And then if Gold Gorgonda is on the field, if Gold Gorgonda would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish a monster from your graveyard instead. So this does also offer some protection for your Gold Gorgonda, which is pretty cool. Watch is basically like our search spell. Again, it's pretty good. It's especially good because we can add a Springans monster or we can add Gold Gorgonda. So it's like a terraforming plus a rotor for the archetype, which is pretty good. Are we getting Therians? Probably not, but hello, Draco. Welcome on in. Wait a minute, so it's just a free level 8 with a field spell skill. Yeah, basically. Well, it protects the field spell, right? But it doesn't, search it. But we can use Springans Watch to search the field spell. So the deck's theoretically going to be very consistent. If we were to get all of these cards, this is a very, free-to-play... I don't want to say it's free-to-play friendly, because we don't know what the rarity is going to be. But theoretically, this would all come out in one box, right? Which in itself is sort of free-ish to play friendly. It's going to be very self-contained. I don't think we'll need too many staples from outside of the archetype. The turn 1 board it can make is pretty good. It's not actually that bad at breaking boards either. If we get a skill with it as well, that would be absolutely disgusting. It almost seems a little bit too good to actually come out. But Springans are a very fun archetype, very relatively easy to play as well. Tell us the Springans lore? No. But I can tell you that Kit is a Springan, or has a Springan, or was a Springan. I would say Springans would be fairly strong. Yeah, and the next box is a main Lamau, low tier 1 kind of thing. Yeah, I think you're right, Draco. I think Springans will be very, very powerful when they do eventually come out. I just don't know if they'll be coming out just yet. It feels a little early for Springans, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit naive, but I do feel like it's maybe a little bit early for Springans, but maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it'll be fine. But, next up, extra IDs. Is Rush Equip opened, and is Trader new? So, some Rush Equip stuff spoiling and stuff there. Colosseum selections, okay. So, got some Colosseum stuff. And Shiki counters. Interesting. What makes them powerful again? So Springans basically are able to cheat out their Xyz monsters. The Xyz monsters are relatively strong. They do have decent removal. You're able to set up a good board going first and going second. There's a lot of searching from the deck between Springans Watch. Again, this could be limited, so we'll have to wait and see what they actually decide to do with it. You have a lot of consistency tools, and you're able to again attach stuff from the graveyard, which is really, really good. It's just in general just a good, strong, coherent strategy. I think at the very least it will be consistent, right? And you don't need the skill to be consistent, right? I'm just jaded with new cards coming to Duel Links. 2025 skill just mogs everything. Yeah, I think that's the thing. This is likely to not have a skill. It's probably going to be sort of Unchained, where there's a skill it can use, but it doesn't really need a skill, right? Okay, time to zone back in Rush time, baby. Rush, go Rush. That's true, but mostly with Therians, since the two archetypes have a lot of synergy in the TCG. Yes. I don't think we're going to get the Therians yet, though. Especially like Regulus, I just feel like would be absolutely bonkers. So we have Speed Duel skill, the only skill that we have so far. So you can use the skill's first effect once per duel. If you control no monsters, set a Predator Plant Chlamydosundu. We're going to go with that. From your field to outside of your deck, battle position can be changed. Then place a Predator counter on a face-up monster your opponent controls. You cannot fusion summon other monsters until you fusion summon a Dark Dragon monster. Neat. Tomato's struggling to read a plant card. Does that surprise you? So now we'll go over to Rush. Let's hit a refresh and see if anything else has been added here before we plow straight on through to this. All right, so first up, Maddox skill 1. Activated at the beginning of the duel. Ace card added to deck. So the nothing skill. We always get the nothing skills. Everyone loves the nothing skills. Is the TO. The skill throws, allows any deck that doesn't need a skill to out-ass scale. Is the TLDR. Clearly the plant's name becomes... So next up we have Maddox skill 2. Can be activated during a turn you normal summoned Chemicalized Salamander. Obviously, this is the Ace monster. We are expecting to get this. Nothing too surprising there. Send a Dr. Redrobe. So confirms we're getting the 1500 vanilla. Noodle support, by the way, guys. Pyro normal monster. 0 defense kind of sucks, but this does power creep Fyaru as the new best Pyro normal. And a Flame Seeker, so 1400 attack. From outside of your deck to the graveyard. Okay, pretty cool. We have Maddox skill 3. This is like the good one, I suppose. So, from turn 2 onwards, during the turn that you have normal summoned or special summoned a normal monster, if all of the monsters in your constructed deck are Pyro-type monsters, and all effect monsters in your constructed deck have 100 or more defense. So, now, our Noodle bosses, guys, have 0 defense. So, this little line here basically says, could you please not put Noodles in this deck? Right? Could you just please... Just don't use extra spice. We don't want to see it. Just no. And it's like, come on, guys. A little bit of noodles support. What's wrong with the noodles, guys? Come on, let's get some noodles going. Noodles are great. But we can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then if you do not control a face-up level 7 or higher effect monster, you can add a level 7 or lower. Once again, this locks you out of getting extra spice. But you couldn't get it anyway because of the first part of the requirement. But you couldn't get extra spice with this. Or lower monster with 1500 or more defense. Once again, stops you from getting extra spice. From your graveyard to your hand. So this is like mill 3, get a boss, or anything lower, I guess. Just anything level 7 and lower from your graveyard. So like that's fine. It's a plus every turn, right? So like that's not bad. You are going to slowly mill yourself out and probably die, but like it's similar to the Dark Galaxy skill, but the Dark Galaxy skill gives you a way to beat set 3 pass because it gives you piercing. We don't have anything like that for Pyro at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see what we do. Pyro gang, 0 defense. I know what that means. Pyros are fun, but mainly miss on them. Poor Noodles. We're spicing. They don't want Noodle, burn deck. Again, the skill is very good. This is like a weaker Dark Galaxy skill now. Yes, exactly, Dwan. Exactly. If it gave piercing, this would be actually insane, right? But the big issue we have with Pyro right now is we don't have a good way to actually beat set 3 pass. That can actually be a big detriment. It's probably used to set up the graveyard for the effect. Yes, as long as it doesn't mill pot, NA, and slime, it reminds me of something. I'm glad Pyros don't pierce every turn. Mill yourself, Tomato. We have, 18,283 cards that return cards to the deck. I mean, we don't have that many of them at the moment in Duel Links. I will just say that. I don't want Void Cheaters to become another deck. It's one of those things, though, where you need something, right? You need to be able to change your opponent's defense position monsters to face up. Or you need piercing. Or you need double attack. You need something. And you could have made the argument, you can play extra spice. And that can slowly, over the course of 6 turns, if your opponent isn't playing psychic, burn them to death through set 3. Right now, this entirely requires your opponent to, like, go aggressive in order to do anything. So, for example, if you're playing against, like, dragons are just going to set 3 every turn until they have their combo, right? That's just what they're going to do. They stall until they get the ability to kill you. So if you're playing Pyro, if you go aggressive, you're going to get no damage in, and then your opponent's effect is going to get turned on and they're going to kill you. Or you set everything face down as well, and then you have a staring contest, like a dragon mirror match, where now you just wait until someone draws their combo. And it's like, even if you get all the time in the world to draw out your entire deck, if you still don't have a good way to beat set 3 pass, you're still going to lose that, right? So, like, I don't know. It feels bad to just not have any way to get damage in. Like, there's nothing at the moment. We're going to have to see something from the new box, because none of these skills are fixing it, and that's what we were hoping. We were hoping we would get a skill that would allow us to get damage in, but clearly we don't have that. I don't want... Surely this box will be meta, right? We haven't seen a box yet, but, like, based on these skills, change battle position, sure. Pierce, just no. Just it needs something. Just a way to get damage in. It doesn't really matter what that way is. Some ways are better than others, but if you don't have any of them, your deck is kind of shit. Like, the Sevens Paladin deck has piercing, but the piercing it has is only on a, like, 1600 attack monster, which is just not good enough. Other than that, that deck is actually fine. Like, there's nothing really wrong with the Dark or the Sevens Paladin deck, the Spellcaster Fusion deck. Apart from, it sucks at getting damage past set 3 pass, and because of that, it just loses horribly to a bunch of better decks. To be honest, dragons are OP anyway against every deck. I mean, that's fair enough, but the point is, like, the way I look at it, as we have this written, and as the cards that we're predicting to come out, I don't think the Pyro deck is going to be able to stand up to basically anything in this current meta. Like, maybe it'll be okay against Cyber Dragons, but it's not going to be good against Metarion, because we can't put pressure on, because they can just sit there and set until they get their combo, and we can't put any pressure at all. We're going to lose to Psychic, we're going to lose to Dragons. Again, Cyber Dragon we might be okay against. We're probably going to lose to Red Boot, because again, that's a deck that can just sit there and stall. Like, it's just one of those issues, right? Guys, we are waiting for Pyro contact skill. Yeah, same issues with Rebels, basically. Rebels, though, you can play Stop Defense and use that to effectively end the game, because Rebels can play the stall game themselves until they get what they need to just OTK their opponent. I don't know how likely you'll be able to do that with basically just Pyros. Now, you could use the Noodle art to boost your attack up, right? That is potentially something you could do. But now we're talking about get a board that's big enough to, you know, be a big board, including probably a Chemicalized Salamander. Getting several, like, Stop Defense to flip all your opponent's guys up, and then also finding an extra spell to boost the attack. It's just, like, unrealistic, right? Just play Pierce? I don't think that's a good idea, personally. Skill 3 should have changed every monster to face-up attack and then nuke the board. I mean, that would probably be a bit too good, but if one of these skills just flipped up one monster, like the Harpy Hysteric Force skill, that would be fine. I'd be like, okay, this deck can now get damage in. It's not going to win super quickly, but we can now flip something up. We can use Chemicalized Salamander to weaken it. We can then basically get in for like 2,500 damage every turn. That's pretty good. That'd be pretty good. It's not amazing, but it'd be pretty good. Light Wave could be thrown in the box randomly. It definitely could. I mean, they could throw anything in the box randomly, right? Don't remind me of the old Royal Rebel skill, please. What do you mean old? It's still there. Or are we talking about Hell Tuning Invasion? That's just Doom Metal in a skill, holy. You can only get Pierce from the first box, so most players won't have it. That's kind of funny. But anyway, the next skill, we have Maddox skill 4. This is the spicy one, right? So, if we control a face-up Red Riser, Now, Red Riser. Let's immediately stop here. Level 1, 300 attack, 300 defense. During the turn you normal summon this card, add a Chemicalizer Red from your graveyard to your hand. Now, Chemicalizer Red is an equipped spell. So this is confirming we're getting equipped spells. So already you just summon this, you get a free plus. Now that plus is a spell card, and that is less valuable than getting a monster typically, but it's still a plus, right? Or a level 7 effect monster with 1500 or more defense. So that's going to basically just be boss monsters. And all of the monsters in your constructed deck are Fire Pyro. Now, Fire Pyro means we can use Noodles in this deck. So we can use Noodles here. Thank you, Konami, for giving us a Noodle skill. We can send one card from our field to the graveyard. So ideally, we'll probably want to send Red Riser, because that will be on the field typically. So we'll summon out Red Riser, use its effect to grab back Chemicalizer Red, then send Red Riser to the graveyard to add Scales of Flame. So this is a spell card we did talk about before. We did predict this was going to be here, so that's, one tick for us predicting correctly. Shuffle one Pyro-type monster from your graveyard into the deck, so we'd know we'd have one because we just sent a monster to the graveyard. One face-up Pyro-type monster in your field gains 500 attack to the end of this turn. Then you can make one face-up monster on your opponent's field lose 500 attack until the end of this turn. So basically, it's like if your combat works, you get a bonus 1000 damage, which is okay, right? This is like a Tremendous Fire type effect, or Meteor of Destruction. It's basically a 1000 burn if combat connects, which is okay. But you can only get that once per duel. You can get a Fiery Blaze, which will spell trap hate and burns 300, again, once per duel. Or a Chemicalizer Red, so our equipped spell that Red Riser gets back, from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So you can get Chemicalizer Red as many times as you want, which is okay. And specifically, we can get these from the deck or graveyard, which means we only have to play one copy of Scales. We can get away with playing one copy of Fiery Blaze, but we'd only be able to use it twice. So you'd probably want more. But we can get back Chemicalizer Red again and again and again. Getting spell cards to our hand, not necessarily super useful. Basically, it's only going to be super useful if we're going to use it as an equipped spell, which equip only to a Pyro. We're only going to be having Pyros in the deck anyway. The equipped monster gains 300 attack. That's okay. Cannot be destroyed by trap cards. I mean, right now, that's literally just Widespread Ruin, right? So it's like, I guess. But again, the only other use for this is going to be discarding effects. So we could have, like, Monster Reincarnation, right? You could just, like, send Chemicalizer Red to the graveyard. Tribute to the Doomed. You could just send it to the graveyard. I think you mean before the restriction of not being able to attack with a boosted heavy metal. I mean, flip everything face up, reduce their levels, increase your levels, normal invasion, and nuke. Ah, you're talking about Hell Tuning Invasion. So wait, is Maddox introducing equips? It does seem that way, Akuda. Most likely. So we can run just one red. Yes, we can run just one red boot, or one Chemicalizer Red even. Which is, it's nice. Reminds me of Infernobles. You probably don't need more than one. Fire monsters that are equip reliant. Let's introduce Mirror Force. I mean, unironically, maybe they will introduce Mirror Force sooner than later. Like, we don't know. Mirror Force came out basically at the very, 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 very start of Go Rush in the OCG. So, going by timeline, it could have been out by now. I don't think they necessarily will do that, but it's not off the table. But yeah, so this basically confirms we're getting equip spells. So what other equip spells could we get? There's a lot of them where there's like potential, right? I won't be surprised for a celebration or something. I am expecting Mirror Force. Well, the other thing we could get is we could get Mage Power as a bundle. So for anyone that doesn't know, we do have Mage Power as a legend spell. There's potential. There's potential. Equip this card to one face-up monster on your field. The equipped monster gains attack and defense equal to the number of spell traps on your field times 500. This card has basically seen no play whatsoever in the OCG. So if it comes out really, really early, I don't know, maybe like gaining 1500 attack on a guy could be pretty good. I'm expecting Mirror Force. Mirror Force 9th Duel Links Anniversary. All the Oblivion equips. Oh yeah, that equip. A bundle card. Yeah, I think it's possible, right? Mage Power with Dragons. I mean, would you put it past Konami? Would you put it past Konami? Mage power would be crazy with dragons. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I guess the last skill that's on here is an archive skill. Once per duel, randomly send 2 earth, fire, water, wind, normal monsters from your deck to the graveyard. I don't think this is going to see any play whatsoever, but it's cool that it exists. Let's do a quick refresh and just double check. Okay, so we do have another one here. So this is one that Baj has already linked me, so I have already read this skill, but we'll go over it now. So skill 1, requirement, all of the monsters in your constructed deck with 1600 or more attack are either level 5 or lower dragon type monsters, or normal monsters, or monsters with 2300 attack, 2100 defense. Now, everyone should know what this means. This is Gaia, the Fierce Knight, and Curse of Dragon support. This is actually something we predicted would come out with the release of Go Rush, right? As soon as we were like, we're getting fusions, we were like, okay, Curse of Dragon, Gaia the Fierce Knight, and Gaia the Dragon Champion, they're all in the card trader. Just give us a skill that makes this super free to play. Super, super free to play, right? But we can send 1 normal monster from your deck to the graveyard. So that's already really good. Get to dump like a Gaia or whatever to the graveyard. To increase the level of a 5 or higher face-up monster on your field. Increase the attack, I don't know why I'm saying level. By 600. So Gaia can become 29, which is good. It can attack over 2800 fusions. We'd rather this went up to 31, because then we could attack over the dragons. But, and then until the end of the turn, then once per duel, you can add a polymerization and or 1 normal monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So we can dump a card and then put it into our hand, which doesn't really make much sense. So what we'd probably do is like Igami is saying, or Igamin, is we could use Secret Order, because realistically nothing else in this deck is going to be limited. Except, I will say, there is a Gaia card that there is actually a decent chance we get. And that could throw a thorn in our plans, because we could get this guy. So this is Swift Gaia the Dragon Champion, which is made using a warrior-type monster with 2000 defense and Curse of Dragon. Now, the reason it says a warrior-type monster with 2000 defense is because we can use Swift Gaia to make this, right? Now, the reason I think this guy could come out, realistically, is because it's not that overpowered, right? You mill a card, then it gets piercing. If we have no cards on our hand, we can draw a card. Now, that draw is actually quite good. But just a 2600 guy that gets piercing is not that bad. Like, it's not awful. I don't think we can get Battle Ruler. Battle Ruler's not coming out. This card may be a bit too good. Like, it can attack directly, and it can pop back row. It's very, very, very strong. I think there is a world in which we do get Swift Gaia. I think Swift Gaia could come out, to be honest. Dragius with Poly. Gaia Secret Order. I think I still don't have my copies of Gaia. Well. If we get Poly Legend, my god, Metarian. Could be. But being able to add... So it's a weird one, right? Because basically, Poly either has to be a card they just give to everyone, or it has to be a bundle, right? So how are they going to distribute this? Are they going to make it like a campaign thing where they just give it to everyone, or a lifetime mission reward? Or is this going to be a bundle? I personally think I could see this as a bundle. But at the same time, I could see Mage Power coming out as well. So, Dragius with Poly? Oh no. The dragon that fuses from grave, surely. Why would you send a normal to graveyard? Limit 3 polymerization. We can still use it with 3 Mirror Gears and 2 Dragius, I guess. Sports Dragon Connection plus Order can be nice W, hypothetically. Poly with Metarian is shit since they are all low levels. I mean, that is true, but it does let you... Like, the thing it lets you do is not care about having to set a mixture of actors and non-actors, because then you could just fuse, like, actor from hand, so your opponent can't, like, lock you up by just not attacking, right? That's the benefit, I guess. Wouldn't it be a legend spell? My noodle copium is at an all-time low. Yeah, I feel the same, Shari. I feel the same. I would really like some cool noodle stuff. I don't think we're going to get it. But I think we kind of already worked that out. Just because noodle support is basically mana boost support or Maddox support anyway. And we can't have the entire box just be fire pyro support, right? It just doesn't work like that, right? We're going to get a bit of fire pyro, a bit of something else, a bit of something else, right? It's just an extra fusion spell. Snake Clown is not a low level. I mean, you're right. You're not wrong. Yeah, but are you really sacrificing draw 2 for an extra fusion? Always. Yeah, let's do it. What if, right? What if we took away Reactor and so you didn't have to make that choice? You could just play Fusion. That'd be great, right? That'd be great. Fish Pile. The fish good shit. Oh, we're talking about the... Wait, what are we talking about fish? Have I missed something, Baj? Thunderbolt, surely? I was trolling. True and real. We'll just do another quick refresh, make sure nothing else has shown up. Fish and box. This is not confirmed. Are you just hoping there's going to be fish in the box? Is that what we're saying? So I think that's everything. We do have our other leaks over here, like the original version of them. We already have that list. That's fine. We've already read the Predaplant skill. We've already looked at this. We've already looked at this. This is the Gaia skill. So we've already looked at all of that. So I suppose we will go ahead and grab this up. This is something that Baj did link to me. And this is apparently, this is like unconfirmed, but this is like stuff from the files, right? Fish could be in the box. It definitely could be. I don't know if it will be. Fish is a weird one where like some of the stuff is really, really good and some of it's kind of meh. But we have this. So can be activated during the turn you normal summon a dragon type normal monster. Send one dragon type normal monster from your deck to the graveyard. This kind of feels like it's getting ready for the Lug. Because the Lug is all about fusing normal dragons from your graveyard. So, you know, that's what it feels like to me. And then the second one, the original attack power of the level 7 or higher monsters on your field becomes 2900 until the end of your next turn. This is just kind of generic, right? Sounds like a Luke skill. Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking. Because if we jump back over, we can have a look. So we're looking for Dragon Tribe Fusion. We've got Dragon Tribe Fusion. So this, again, I wouldn't expect us to get the Lug or any, like, Lug stuff. But, like, it feels Lug-ish to me, right? But the Lug is basically, like, if you have a face at level 7 or higher Dragon-type monster in your field, Fusion summon by shuffling one Dragon-type normal monster from your field and one or more Dragon-type monsters from your graveyard into the owner's deck as material. This turn you can only attack with Fusion monsters. So this was used to get out, primarily, the actual, like, major thing we'd go into this with would be... Is it God Dragon? What's it called? 5? There you go, 5-headed dragon. Which was one of the only ways to actually summon this. You had to either use Polymerization or use Dragon Tribe Fusion because you're not getting 3 monsters onto the field otherwise, right? It's not too far-fetched to have Luke, but my point is, why would they put a skill intended for Luke in with the update that introduces Maddox? That's the weird bit. Why would the Luke be this early? Like, it sounds like it just skips Rovian. By the fact that we've got equipped spells already sort of feels like we're skipping Rovian. Like, nothing's confirmed, right? It's entirely speculation. But it does feel like we are potentially skipping Rovian. Because why else? Why would you not make a huge deal about equipped spells coming out and release the Wind Psychic deck that is the equipped spell deck and make a big deal out of that, right? Because the big things that should have happened, this is how I foresaw it. Rovian comes out as playable. We get the Wind Psychic deck all at once. We get all the equipped spells there. Then we get a load of new Light Galaxy support with the Light Galaxy equips as well. And everyone gets a bunch of equips, right? We get like QWERTY keyboard, we get like the generic equips. There'd be like a lot of stuff we could grab. But already releasing Chemicalizer Red this early is already like a really weird sign. Like it's not super early. Like it's not like we wouldn't be expecting this for like a long time. But it's earlier than you would think. I would have thought, you know, Maddox comes out, the next Rush character we get is a Sevens character, then we get Rovian, right? So I was expecting like 3 months away we get an equip spell, not next week we get an equip spell, right? It's not too far-fetched to have Luke. Could just be prep for the future. Skills don't generally get prepared this early. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying as well, Baz. Is it feels weird to introduce it this early. Also called 5-God Dragon. Yeah, because I think in the Japanese it's 5-God Dragon. I think that's where I'm getting confused there. There's still one skill that's unknown. It'll be interesting to see what it is, but it can't be anything like too weird, right? Bandager Bros, are they too scared of Wind Psychics? Wind Psychics isn't like a fantastic deck though. Like it's a bit wonky. Part of me is like Wind Psychic probably wouldn't be super great without a skill anyway. Wind Psychics weren't that crazy. Yeah, exactly. Maybe they know that Rush needs some love to keep people hooked. I don't think though Equip Spells is that. Right? Now, right. So we were talking about this in the Discord earlier, but I think if you want to get people hyped, you, get to the Go Rush fusions, because that is actually going to be some cool shit, right? You get the, like, Galaxy stuff, you get Dark Galaxy stuff, you know, there's fusions for everything, right? Everyone loves the Luke. You basically, like, speed run to the fusions, because that's when Go Rush, like, really picked up, and everything got, like, very, very exciting. And also, by getting to fusions quicker, that also means you get to the Go Rush maximums quicker as well. Like, getting to, like, Phaser, getting to Tremolo, getting to Poseidra, getting to all of that a lot quicker is probably what would make people actually excited, right? To be honest, I kind of expected Manabu releasing during, like, Go Rush Maximum era. I mean, there was potential for that Akuda. I personally always thought that he was going to release as a, like, before Zuijo, right? That's how I saw him coming, just because he was one of the OG 4 characters, right? It's weird to me that he came out after Zuijo, and in the same way that none of the OG characters, like, really have much of a deck, right? Like, when you think about it, Udius is basically Secret Order the deck, and without the skill, it would be completely unplayable. Join Tech is basically pseudo-unplayable, and it's basically Machine Pile is the best version of that, and then, like, Coin Tech is, like, doing okay. Yuamu has done nothing until Red Boot came out, so she needed her second wave of support before she did literally anything. And Zuijo has done good, right? The Dark Galaxy stuff is okay, but again, without the skill, that deck would be garbage as well. So I was expecting it to be the exact same, right? We get Manabu early, he gets a skill that makes him playable. The issue is, none of these skills are that to me, because none of these, again, let you beat set 3 pass. And I think that will always be a massive negative if you just don't have a way to do that. Give me the Lance, Konami. I want SRM support. If I was Konami, though, I think I hold the SRM support until we get, like, that guy. Or, like, until the Luke comes out. Because then we can give, like, the Sevens Road Transam Lineac fusion, as well as a bunch of other SRM support all at once. I think that'd be really cool. Oh, yeah, I recognize this music. I mean, you should recognize this music. It'd be weird if you didn't, Baj. Yeah, no Manabu was episode 2 character. He dueled before you, Amu. Yeah, secret unlock day 1. Hear me out. His ace is the maximum, and they're adding the maximum equip later, and Salamander is a bait. The problem is. Vocalize Phoenix is really good. And if you brought it out now, it would be instant, like, tier 1, right? Now, is that inherently, like, a bad thing? Would it, like, absolutely donk on everything else? Probably not. But it's really good, right? So it's 3,500 attack initially, right? That's already a good attack stat for a maximum. It burns your opponent for 1,000 damage and gets piercing. So that is a lot of damage in a 6k life point format. It can destroy a face-up level 9 or lower monster in your opponent's field. Even when it's not maximum summoned, it can do that. Then, if this card is in maximum mode, you can destroy another monster. So, when it's in maximum mode, it just gets to destroy 2 monsters on your opponent's field. Including a face down if the first one we pop is face up. And then the other one, destroy a spell trap on your opponent's field. And this card's in maximum mode, destroy another spell trap. So, if this thing's in maximum mode, you get to destroy 2 monsters, 2 spell traps, burn your opponent for 1,000, and get piercing. And it's 3,500 attack. On top of the fact, you also get its... I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's equip spell. This thing. You get Chemicalized Structure Force, which the equipped monster gains attack equal to the number of different attributes on the field times 300. So it's already going to be 38. And if your opponent summons a guy, it's most likely going to even go up past that. Then, if the equipped monster is a maximum monster, it cannot be destroyed by card effects, which now means your opponent has to out this with combat, which is really good. Really, really good. But yeah, it's nutty, right? I think it would be too good to release it right now. Red Boot is still doing nothing. Red Boot is like fine though. Like if we like memes aside, like Red Boot's here. Like if we're saying Red Boot's doing nothing, then we're basically saying Dark Galaxy's doing nothing, right? Like they're basically next to each other. They're basically touching. Like there isn't a huge disparity between them. Neither of them have won a tournament. They're both topping. Maximum's 1 monster, not 3. Yeah. But, you know, as soon as your opponent summons a guy, it'll go up to 41. And then if your opponent has 3 different types on the field, it will then jump up to, like, 47. It does go up quite high. But yeah, this was, like, our original prediction for the box. So far we've had confirmed Salamander, Flameseeker, Red Robe, Scales of Flame. And we have Chemicalizer Red, which is something we did not predict, which is also confirmed. It doesn't count monster, only different type. Yeah, but that's what we're saying, if they have different types. It's 1 monster with 3 types, so it gains 900. It doesn't have 3 types, though. That's not how maximums work. Unless I'm misremembering myself how it works. Eh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy is just a pyro monster when it's out in the field. It doesn't get the types of everything that's made up of it, unless I'm misremembering entirely. But yeah, that is kind of it for that. We're gonna do another cheeky refresh, just make sure nothing else is like crept in. But there's some interesting stuff here. The big actual question mark for me is, so Badge said Gaia as a structure sounds believable. I actually don't think that's going to be the case, because most of the Gaia stuff is from the card trader. So putting a bunch of card trader stuff into a structure deck just sounds weird to me. So I actually think it wouldn't be that. I think they would probably just stick more Gaia stuff in the card trader, if anything. Like, the only, like, thorn in the side of, like, Gaia is this. Limit 3 Swift Gaia. Other than that, like, Gaia is kind of good to go, right? Now, again, I don't think we're necessarily going to get any of the other, like, Gaia support, because Gaia is actually, like... Gaia is arguably still one of the best decks in the game, right, in the OCG. So I don't think they're going to go nuts and give us, like, all the Gaia stuff. Like, if they were giving us good traps, intercepting Gaia would be good, but, like, because we've got barely any good traps, I don't think we're going to get this. I don't see why they would give us this. I want Gaia support, or at least a skill. Well, like we said, we have a skill. It's right here. I hope you mean Rush, Ichigyo. Because we're getting a Rush skill. Unlimited Swift Gaia, it's doing nothing. Really? I mean, I kind of feel the same. I kind of feel the same about Dark Sword Magician. Like, if Dark Sword was unlimited, would you play this? If it was unlimited? Would you just, like, slap this in, like, your 7's Rogue Magician deck? Like, maybe you would. Is it going to be broken? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to suddenly bump the deck up a tier or anything. Like, it's fine. Just release it. So, like, yeah. I'm like... I think this is cool, but it's going to depend what else we get. Knowing we're getting Poly is cool. Again, I'm not sure what kind of massive impact it's going to have. I've never seen this card before. What, Dark Sword? How have you not seen Dark Sword Magician before? He's from the Legend of Dark Magic Structure deck. Oh, I just came in and didn't see the skill. My bad. Yeah, so we're getting the skill, which will let us basically boost the attack of a monster by 600. And then once per duel, we can add a poly or a normal monster from your graveyard to your hand. So we can get a +2, but only once per duel. Which is kind of good. And because this sends from the deck as well, it's also kind of nice. This has potential. Especially because Gaia is a warrior, which means we can just play Piercing Samurai, if we go find him, who can just give him piercing. So we can get, like, Secret Order, bring out Gaia that we've intentionally put into the graveyard using the skill, so Secret Order is always going to be live. Piercing Samurai onto our 3000 attack Gaia, and now we have Piercing, so we can also beat set 3 pass, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. Obsidian Soldier incoming. Good for him. Fake Rush fan. Hey, not true. It's not about the knowledge, it's about the feelings. You know, that's, yeah. Okay. Wait, it's just the skill, send just Gaia or Curse 2. So the skill is just send a normal monster from your deck to the graveyard. That's it. So any normal you want. But the monsters in your deck have to very specifically be, you know, the requirement means you can't just stick like Galactica Oblivion in your deck and just have free access to that or something, right? You have to still play under the rules. So we can use Star Restart? Yes! Yes, you can. Another Limit 3 card. So, but the question then becomes, how are you fitting Star Restart, Secret Order, and then if for whatever reason they did give us more, like, Gaia support, and you now want extra Gaia names, how are you fitting in the Swift Gaia as well? Now, realistically, we just drop Swift Gaia. We don't really care. But then it becomes like, do we want to play Secret Order and Star Restart? And then, like, what numbers do you play of those? It's an awkward one. It's an awkward one. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards what Badger's saying, using 3 Secret Order, and maybe not even using Fusion at all. But we add the Veteran cards. The Veteran cards are really good, though, especially the Curse of Dragon one. Like, having a 1 tribute... Where is it? Oh, it's literally not here. Having a 1 tribute monster that can just immediately fuse itself off is really good. That's basically a 1 tribute 2600 attack monster. And if we get, for example, this one. If we get Swift Gaia the Dragon Champion, that is a 1 tribute 2600 attack piercer that can let you draw a card, which could be really, really good. Now, I prefer to use Secret Order ×3. At least we can pass opponent big attack monster. Yes. So just Gaia aggro. I mean, if it works. 2 Order, 1 Restart. Maybe not even Order. Depends on what we get. If we get Veteran plus any Gaia Fusion, I could see Gaia's being good. Yes. That's kind of... If we get the Veterans in general, if we get Veteran Curse of Dragon and Veteran Gaia the Fist Knight, the deck's going to be fantastic. Like, Gaia... The main benefit of Veteran Gaia is, again, we can get it out cheaper. Kind of. It's not really cheaper. But... To me, Veteran Curse of Dragon is too good. It's also... It's an issue of, like, trying to compare it versus... Because I will usually think about it as in... How good is it performing in OCG? How did it perform in OCG when it came out? It's sometimes really hard to weigh that against the version of decks that we currently have in Duel Links as they are. Because in Duel Links, again, things are a lot stronger than they were. Dragon Fusion, at least in the form we have it in Duel Links, was never that strong in the OCG. Hello, Hunter. Welcome, welcome. And I use the Trap, who special summon any normal monster from the grave. What trap are we talking about? Pokemon Gen 5 battle music. It's definitely Pokemon. This is Let's Go Pikachu battle music. So... I don't know what gen we count the Let's Go games as. Curse of Dragon plus Pressure plus Order plus Sports Dragon Connection plus Gaia. We're popping off. We're popping off with everything. One other thing, I know we're talking about Sports Dragon Connection because it can special summon level 5 dragon, but we are still missing a Sports Dragon card as well. Like, if we could get Kick Base Master, I guess we'll just open this up here. If we could get this guy as well, because we don't need anything else with him. He could just come out as a standalone card in any box, right? But it would be nice just to, like, finish up the Sports Dragons. So, it's Slugger and Striker. Shuffle one pitcher or defender from your graveyard into the deck. Destroy a spell trap. It's not, like, broken, but it's nice. It'd just be nice to have this card. Just release it, Konami. Release it as, like, a rare. It doesn't matter. Just slap it in a box. Let's Go music, I am at by. Listen, right, you might not like the Let's Go games, but you cannot deny they have still fantastic music, right? Like, no matter what, if it's Pokemon making it, it's going to have good music. That's just how it goes. I did use Sports Dragons X Psychic 2 in rank. Nice, nice. Connection saw play after they hit Gate Order with ban list in OCG. I don't think I ever actually saw that myself. I'm not, like, doubting it happened. I'm just saying I don't think I experienced that. I had 2600 plus attack. I could see it being... if it had 2600 plus attack. Well, yeah, but, like... That's what I'm saying, though, right? As is, it would be fine. You could just, like, release it. It would be, like, super chill. I think it may be worth testing. I mean, potentially. We'll have to see what actually, like, is in the box, right? But I guess my overall thoughts of this, I guess if we forget the speed stuff, I think Maddox skill 3 is fine. I think Maddox skill 4 is also fine. I'm a bit disappointed in both of them, and I don't think either of them are good, because, again, we don't have a good way to beat set 3 pass, and I think that is a massive, massive L. If I could think of a way that we could, like, just get a way to pierce through, like, the best I can think of is this. The Noodle Art of Spicery. Like, we just don't have ways for us to get piercing. But I still don't think this would be particularly good without a skill to recycle it, right? I think we could get the veterans, you know. I don't think they're too much compared to Psychic and Dragons. I think Veteran Gaia, easy, could come out. I think Veteran Curse of Dragon might be too much. Like, Veteran Curse of Dragon can special summon itself, like a Cyber Dragon. Then you can just immediately fuse it off. And because we have the skill to mill monsters into the graveyard, we can guarantee that it's going to get its fuse off. Which means we then get a 26. Now, if we get Veteran, or if we get the piercing one, that now means we have a 1-card guaranteed 2600 piercer, who we can use the skill to bump it up to 32, and if we have no cards in our hand, could draw. Now, obviously, we're not guaranteed to get the piercing, right? The piercer. But if we did, that seems pretty good, and that's 1 card from our hand to get to that. We still have 4 cards left. Beast Gear World when? You know, I don't think that's going to happen, Draco. So we can have Super Assistant. Actually, I don't care if it's a level up reward. I mean, potentially. Is she in here? We've got Hyper there. Is Super Assistant the normal one? This Hyper. Yeah, Super Assistant's the normal one. I mean, potentially. Veteran Curse doesn't work with the skill, does it? That is potentially. Yeah, it has to be. It can't be an effect monster. But, you know, it does work with the skill. Veteran Gaia. So, you know, maybe. Super Assistant is the normal one. Veteran Curse could be limit 3. The skill is literally designed to facilitate it. Except it doesn't, Manicus, because it doesn't work! I mean, I say that like it's a gotcha, but like I literally just found that out myself when when Shari said. But yeah, so yeah, Veteran Curse is almost certainly not coming out then because it doesn't work in here. But again, like we say, Veteran Gaia definitely could come out because it does work with the skill. There's potential. There's potential for sure. I still want to work out what exactly we're doing to make Pyro get piercing or flip something up or get any kind of damage in or pop a monster or like what else do we have? Like this destroys attack position monsters, so that's not helpful. We got Finalized Phoenix, which just special summons more guys. Like, they just don't have a tool to be able to get damage in. That's, like, my big disappointment of this. But can't we search Curse with skill, normal summon it, normal Gaia from hand with it, and then still fuse that way? Yes. So you can do it with Veteran... You can do Veteran Gaia into... anything like that, right? But we can't do... you physically can't play Veteran Curse or Dragon in the deck, right? It's new stuff. Just let it come already. I am tired of what I have. I just really don't want new stuff to come out and it just not to affect the meta at all. That would be so boring. Okay, humor me. Inside of the Gaia archetype, what reason do we have to foolish a Gaia? What reason do we have to foolish a Gaia? Dragonic Escape. That's within the archetype. Dragon Curse Magician. This also lets you summon a Gaia from the graveyard. Catapult Baby Turtle lets you special summon a Gaia the Dragon Champion or an Aqua Monster. So it does not work with this. Again, this is only Gaia the Dragon Champion, so that doesn't work. Silent Doom. Yeah, that is a good shout, Hunter, but that isn't within the archetype. So yeah, I guess Dragonic Escape and Dragon Curse Magician. I don't think this one does it, right? Yeah. That's irrelevant as to using Gaia from the graveyard. Isaac /S. I mean, yeah. It's too bad you can't use Isaac in this deck, but I like the way you think. But the thing is, even if we don't get Swift Gaia, we still have, like, Piercing Samurai. The biggest issue is, this is a dragon and not a warrior. So, like, a lot of the time, going into Gaia the Dragon Champion is going to be just so that you can boost it with the skill up to 32 and attack over things. So a trap and 2 monsters, yes. I mean, again, just within the archetype. But you've also got things like Secret Order, which exists. But you've got to remember as well that it doesn't, like, all it does is send a normal monster from deck to graveyard. It doesn't specifically say it has to be Gaia, right? So you can just send the Curse of Dragons as well. But guys, 2-card, 2600 attack monster, super broken. I mean... Again, it depends. If it's one of these two, actually broken, right? Especially for right now, what the rest of the meta's at, summoning either of these two off of a Veteran Gaia is actually really, really good. But it's like, are we going to get either of these? If it's still just Gaia the Dragon Champion, Hero of the Kin. Oh, true. Hero of the Kin. Well, like, Intercepting Gaia is also a really good card. This card is actually really, really good, but Konami haven't given us good trap cards outside of, like, limit ones and bundles. So it's like, would they give us a good trap card? I'm still leaning towards no. I still think veterans are fine. The fusions will be the issue. But again, we know we're not... Because veteran Curse of Dragon does not work with the skill, we're almost certainly not getting that, right? Why would they release veteran Curse of Dragon and then not let the skill let you play veteran Curse of Dragon, right? And we need good traps, Konami. It's about time. The thing is, what would you give us... All right, so we could, theoretically, start giving us good traps now, right? Because if we go Pyro, there is actually some okay traps in the Pyros themselves. Like, right, we're not getting Despise, but we will look at it. The one that we could get is Firefall Blaze Barrier. Like, this could come out. So when an opponent's level 8 or lower monster declares an attack where you have a face-up level 7 or higher Pyro monster on your field, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. All face-up level 8 or lower monsters on your opponent's field lose attack equal to the number of Pyro monsters sent to the graveyard by this effect times 400. So this is like... This is AoE Dragon's Fortitude that's RNG based. Right? Is kind of how you look at this. It's like, it's kind of a bit too good, whilst at the same time, because it has that RNG element attached to it, sometimes this will whiff and do nothing. So, like, this could maybe come out. Maybe. But then the actual, like, really good one is Despise. We're not getting this. So when an opponent's monster declares an attack targeting a face-up Pyro monster, negate the attack. Then if the attack's target level is higher than the attacking monster, destroy the monster. We're not getting this. So one, I think just negating the attack is already pretty good, especially if this was released as a 3-of. Second, this basically helps you if your opponent reduces your attack. The attack target's level is higher than the attacking monster. I don't know how often that actually comes up. Like, in the OCG, this was like some fusion monsters attacking into like maximums. Anything stronger than the barrier is a big no-go from Konami. But we have Fortitude, right? We have Fortitude. So, like, we've already power crept it a bit, but, like, we're taking, like, baby steps. We're just creeping forward a little bit rather than actually, like, taking the plunge and actually using really good cards, right? But yeah, I really don't know what Pyro is going to get to just let them beat set 3. I'm going to keep coming back to this. We need a way to beat set 3. And we just don't have it. Which makes me think Pyro's not going to be very good. But, like, I would be happy to be proven wrong. Is not Strange Wall a power creep on barrier? I mean, by that logic, Hunter, we already had cards that were better than the barrier before the barrier came out, right? Because we had, like, the Psychic version that boosts your monster's attack by 500. Now give us Dark Revelation. So yeah, that's like the next extreme, right? But basically... So, right, the other thing to take note of is what is not here, right? What do we not have in these skill links, right? We don't have any other new skills for any other decks. So if we're expecting to get a mini box on, let's say, the 27th, and we know it's going to have the fire stuff in it, the Fire Pyro, it might have some Gaia stuff in it. Where's the skill for the rest of the cards, right? Like, usually we would expect, like, another 2 skills to support other decks. Now, we know, as Baj has said, there is the mystery skill that we have still not deciphered. But we would still expect 2 more skills, typically, right? Can't they just give us the trap that's minus 500 attack, but for every type? I mean, we kind of have that already for a lot of them. Could get Lost Cat, I guess. We do. No, you'll get more trash skills instead. Maybe just 1 equip for 3 or 4 other decks. I mean, potentially. But, like, just stacking it with equip spells, I think would be really boring. You forget the Psychic and Celestial Warrior. That was revealed on the previous update. The thing is, that's not a new skill. Right? That isn't a big hype, oh my god, new skill, new deck. We got some new bosses, we can slot them in, and it'll be really... Like, it's just changing some old stuff, which I think is a bit boring. There has to be a Cyburst one, right? I mean, that doesn't have to be. The modify, they will make the existing skill to be exact. Tension max in box copium. I don't know about Tension max. It's a weird one. Tension max isn't even that good. Like, it's just a discard a card to make 400 attack and piercing on a maximum monster. So it's not even that, like, crazy. They probably support Psychic and Celestial Warrior. I mean, potentially. Celestial Warrior, though, has been absolutely shafted so hard. Like, the deck already wasn't performing great, and then they went and limited the Starry Start, which has absolutely crippled that deck. It will definitely be interesting to see what they do. It's one of the, like, if we go back to our predictions, what we predicted we were going to get, right? So we predicted we would be getting some support for Shadow Flowers. We picked a random archetype from Sevens to get their fusions, and we picked plants. And then we picked Warriors as our Sevens or Go Rush. So, again, Celestial Warriors. So our Celestial Warriors that we picked to get upgraded was Semitarasu, Mizame. So that was our, like, prediction. But I would still expect to get a new skill for them. It seems weird to not get a new skill. Again, we still have the one skill we haven't seen yet. So, like, who knows? That might come up. But I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. I personally would love to see new support come out for the Warriors, the Celestial Warriors. I just don't know what form that's going to take. I mean, I suppose, because, like, we got Mirror Gears, right? And Mirror Gear Star works with the old Dragon skill, right? No Psychic prediction, huh? I mean, I wasn't expecting Psychic, put it that way. I mean, why do you think they're going to do Psychic Hunter, out of curiosity? Because when they did the skill changes, it was Light Galaxy and Celestial Warriors, if I recall correctly. I mean, I can go and take a quick look. Was it in this one? I know, it was this one. Okay. So Celestial Guidance. Was the Light Galaxy skill not, like, changed wording? I guess it was just Psychic them. Add one Psychic type effect monster with 500 attack. I don't know why I thought it was Galaxy. No, you were right. You were right. Although it's weird that it is Beat of the Superstar. They got the change. I hope we get something for the Sevens Road Fusion deck. I mean, potentially. Galaxy did too. But where is it? Is it like in a different leak? It's on another one. Okay. Let's jump back again. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick gander. Don't need that open. Don't need that open. Put that over there for now. Iwamu. Not seeing it. I mean, we'll start checking out these ones as well. It doesn't look like it's in this one. Let's have a look at this one. Selection box. Not on that one either. Check out the anniversary box one. I'm not seeing it anywhere. Not seeing it anywhere. The bottom? Well, this one. Grant telling us his preference. It was on that page. It just said something to the effect of it couldn't tell us what the changes were. Ah, okay. So what was it on here? That was this one? Ah, here we go, here we go. Thank you, Grand, thank you. Because it turns out Yu-Gi-Oh! Players just, not only can they not read, they just cannot see the text at all. So I cannot find the difference, but it's the same batch nerf. Okay, yeah, so it's interesting. So yeah, there was the Galactic Order stuff as well. I actually completely forget that we had this change entirely. What are you looking for again? Give Spear for Paladin. Grace Spear. Do you really want Grace Spear, Ursus? Because, like, Grace Spear is kind of busted. Like, Grace Spear is... I don't think it's still limited, but it was limited. It might still be limited in OCG. So this is equip it to a face-up magical knight or spellcast type monster. The equipped monster gains 200 attack, and if it attacks defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. If it is a magical knight, it gains additional attack equal to its level times 200. So, if we put this onto a certain paladin, so this is a 2900 attack monster. It's level 9. So this guy can already boost his attack by what? 400, 12, 24. So this can go up to 40, 53. And then we could give it an extra 18, which puts up to, what's that, 71? And piercing. Now, do we really want to give 7's Paladin 7100 attack pierce? Because that seems a bit good. Seems a little bit good. Well, I hope the Galaxy skill change is changed, but I don't know what it does. I like piercing. Oh, we all like piercing, Baj. We don't like playing against piercing. We like playing piercing ourselves, though. Don't need this. Don't need... We do need this. Probably don't need this anymore. But yeah, this is kind of where we're at, right? So again, until we actually see the cards we're getting, it's hard to have, like, a fully formed opinion. But, in my opinion, this is going to be, like, Tier 3/Rogue. This is going to be Tier 3/Rogue. Like, one of these will probably outshine the other. I really like skill 3 because it's like a plus every single turn. Maddox skill 4 is like, it's not a plus, right? We have to send a card from our hand to the graveyard, or from our field to the graveyard even. Then we can get a plus, like a replace the card we sent. I can't help but feel like Maddox skill 3 is better, but like, again, it doesn't give us piercing. It's awkward. This is whatever. The Gaia stuff has potential, but it's going to depend on what cards we get. So, like, I'm looking forward to it. It's neat that we're getting Poly. It's weird that we're getting equipped spells. And that's kind of it. There's not really much more to say about this. Again, our predictions are going to be a bit all over the place because of that. But this was our original predictions. I mean, it's really not looking like we're going to be getting plants then. Because the thing is, I was expecting at least one more skill that did hint at what other deck we would be getting in the new box. But we haven't got anything. Like, I don't think we would get new plant support and then be expected to use the old plant skill. Like, Celestial Warriors, maybe. But then the only other thing I would think of would be, like, what, 7's Road? Because they've already got a good skill, so we don't really necessarily need to give them another one. Summon red, add equip, pop to red, send equip with skill. I mean, that still doesn't sound very good, though, Manicus. Like, what have we accomplished by doing that? We've summoned red. We've plussed. Okay. Red Rise has just done its thing anyway. Assuming the graveyard's already set up. Then we pop the red that we summoned. To what? I don't know. Like, get a Chemicalizer red that we already have. Get a Fiery Blaze, which is, like, nice. It's okay. And get a Scales of Flame, which is mid. I don't know. It just doesn't seem good. This just doesn't seem good. Like, this seems actually playable. This seems potential, right? +1 every turn, mill stuff into the graveyard. If we have a way to put stuff back from our graveyard back into our deck, could be really, really strong. That's my initial, like, thought after reading this. I think I'm actually most excited for this. Just because, at the very least, I could make a Gaia the Fierce Knight deck that has piercing. And piercing is good. So, like, I don't know. But I think that's kind of it for the leaks. Obviously, there's these two as well. These are just weird. There's not really much to say about them, really. But that's kind of that. So I guess we will go ahead and start doing something else. Since we've kind of gotten through all the leaks. We got through the leaks pretty quick, actually. That was only an hour and a half. I mean, for us, that's quite quick. So the next thing we're going to be doing, I guess, is going back to this. If anyone can remember this. So we took a week break from this, but we do want to like chip off a bit more of this. This is our husbando tier list, where we have been going through the different Yu-Gi-Oh characters and kind of slotting them into places, right? So we kind of got a good chunk of the way through, and there are still a lot of these characters that we don't know. We've been skipping over all the girls for now. But I guess we'll just hop back in and start off again with this, right? Yay, my time to shine. So the first up is I. Where do we want I to be? Where do we want I? I see, the problem is I have no emotional attachment to this character. Did you already talk about rivals? Yeah, we went over it briefly. I don't know what to do with I. Because, again, I don't know this guy. I haven't watched his show. So I probably going entirely off of looks. I'm going to put him, like, down here and based. Like, again, I have very little to go by, so we're just going to go with that. What the fuck did I miss? We're back on the husbando tier list, Baz. Welcome, welcome on in. I mean, it's kind of like what you and Draco were doing, except we're going through all the Yu-Gi-Oh characters. Equipment, really Earth, I think. What do you mean by that, Luis Fernando? You're gonna have to be a bit more descriptive there. I'm not really picking up what you're putting down. I can't even insult you because you haven't watched Brains. He said you might push off the next episode to do a leaks vid tomorrow instead. Yeah, oh yeah, we did say about that. We might do a leaks video tomorrow and then do the actual Rush Rivals video on the Friday. I is top, cancel tomato. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Really early. Right. Yes, I basically thought the same thing, Louise. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. About how, like, what it could mean to give us equips early. Such as, are we going to skip Rovian altogether? Because we might just not get Rovian as a playable character, right? That we could just skip over it. You're losing me here? What's wrong, Baz? What's wrong? Little Yugi definitely goes in, you know, nice young man tier. You can go, like, up here. Konami hates Rovian. I mean, potentially. Definitely potentially. I can't remember what this guy's name is, but he is the Gladiator Beast player from Arc V, from the Fusion Dimension, and he definitely goes in dumpster tier. Never mind, I seen Roman, I'm here. There she is, right next to Rovian. And they're best friends, Asana and Osaka. I think Rovian is the next character. So I think the next Rush character we're going to get is going to be a Sevens character. Because we've just had three... Well, we had, Yuo was Sevens. Then we had Zuijo and now Maddox. Right? So if we don't want a third Go Rush character back to back to back, it's got to be a Sevens character, right? This was the Loki duelist, I believe. I mean, you can come down here with your friends. Who's the best out of these three? I don't know, probably this guy. I think he, like... There isn't really much personality between them, to be honest. Chancellor Shepard! Oh, where do we want Chancellor Shepard? Chancellor Shepard's got to be in base, right? Not like high base, but he's got to be up here. We'll put him above Jaden. To Go Rush. Yeah, as a Go Rush character, I would have said, before I saw the equip spells come out, I would have said 100% Rovian was the next character. But after now seeing equip spells coming out with Maddox, I'm now less sure about that. Got a Yuga next. Right, who is this? Is this the Jinzo guy? Like the guy who plays Jinzo? I know, I genuinely just have no idea who this is. I genuinely have no idea who the old man is, but he can go in who. Is this Shark's sister? Is that Shark's sister? Someone tell me. Is this Grill? Maddox, not Manabu. I mean, it's the same character. It's a different name. Let's not get, like, semantic over it. You can go in dumpster tier. You're just the clone shadow guy from Season 4 of GX. It's whatever. That's the old man in Zexal. I haven't seen Zexal. Well, I've seen bits of Zexal. I haven't watched Zexal from start to finish, so I have no idea who that really is. We've got more girls. Tristan Taylor. Oh, Tristan's got to be a nice young man. We'll put him up next to Yugi. Who's next? Valon for me. Right, now I'm going to be a bit biased towards Valon. Valon's deck is awesome. And in the English dub, he has an Australian accent, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I think because of that, I'm actually going to put him in base tier. I think he's probably the only person from the Orichalcos Waking the Dragons arc that's going to make it all the way up here. But Valon can go up there. Who's next? We got... Is this Yusaku? Yusaku's fine. I don't know where Yusaku's going to end up, though. I think for me, Yusaku's a nice young man. Again, I haven't, like, watched his show, so I don't really have much to say about him, but he's, like, seems like a nice guy. This just tell me, are you pan? What do you mean, pansexual? I can tell you I am not pansexual. Yusaku is husbando level, trust. Yeah, but again, if I don't know him, I can't really give him a strong, like, showing, can I? Yusei is... Where did I put Crow? Where did Crow end up? Because we can't, like, separate Yusei and Crow too much, right? He's here. Okay. I'm quite happy to put Yusei... I think Yusei's better than Crow, right? Is Yusei better than Bastion? Now, haven't you seen Vrains? So can't agree or disagree. Yeah, that's kind of, like, how I feel with a lot of this, unfortunately. Yusaku is a little bitch. Ooh, pro Manicus throwing down the gauntlet. Here, deliberately trying to ruffle Hikari's feathers. Duality of mankind in the chat, lol. How is Crowler higher than Yusei? What do you mean? Crowler's great. Crowler's so based. Alright, to be fair, I think Crowler should probably be below this at the very least. What's wrong with Crowler? Why do you hate Crowler, Kasami? Come on, come on. What's wrong? What's wrong? I don't actually remember this guy's name, but he was in Season 4 of GX, and he played, like, the Clear Ice deck. You know, just go. He can go in the dumpster. It's not... He does not interest me whatsoever. Yusei is the GOAT? What do you mean? I like Yusei, but... Yusei, to me, is a little bit... He's a bit plain, I guess. Like, I still like him as a character, but he doesn't really have many, like, emotional moments. Crowler is not based, he is cringe. How dare you? How dare you? I literally like 3 protagonists of Yu-Gi-Oh! Which ones do you like? Which are your favorite protagonists of Yu-Gi-Oh? Because we don't have, like, any protags up here, right? Yeah, I guess we have 1. We got a 10. We should also probably fix this so we can actually see it properly. There we go. That looks a bit nicer, doesn't it? Now you can actually see the names of the tiers. Yusei, Yusaku, and Udius. You don't like Yuga? What the heck? What did Yuga ever do to you? Yuga's based. Yusei is very vanilla. Yeah, I like that about him, though. Like, he is, like, the best vanilla character in Yu-Gi-Oh! And that makes him so, like, endearing. The others are meh to me. What, little Yugi or big Yugi? Which one are we crying about, Yami Kasara? Do you accept Seto Kaiba? I mean, everyone has to accept Seto Kaiba. Dude's based. Is this... This is just, like, Super Saiyan Yuga, right? Like Barry and Yuga. Oh, not Yuga. What's his name? Yuma. That's the one. Man, I don't even think he needs his own separate thing, to be honest. But what did we do with Yuma? Where did Yuma end up? Did I put Yuma, like, high? No, I wouldn't do that. That's not me. Where is Yuma? Or is this just the only Yuma? Am I blind? There's too many bloody faces up here. There he is. He's up here. There you go. You can go up there. Yuga, Yugi, not Yami, and Yuya. You think Yuya is a... I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know about that. How the fuck did Dennis make it to Nice Young Man? What's wrong with Dennis being a Nice Young Man tier? He's right next to his friends, Chupataro and Nail. And Alexander the Great. Wait, you don't know Akira? I mean, I know Akira. Or are we talking about someone in here? If anyone in here is called Akira, then yeah, I don't know them. Oh, Para and Docks. What are we doing with Para and Docks? The Para and Docks just go straight into dumpster tier. They're like high dumpster at the very least. Because it's like a 2-for-1 deal, right? Dennis sus. Remember what happened last time we fought? I gave your Dark Galaxy a present. Kill Paradox. Because the dub made me hate them. Paradox is like up here, right? He's like, yeah. He's a based. He can stay in based. I liked his movie. Next up, Bones. Oh, where does Bones go? I actually am quite fond of Bones. Where does Bones go, though? Bones can go up here next to Leo. No Parrot and Docks, not Paradox. No, I like Parrot and Docks. They can stay. Confusing. Yeah, it is very confusing, isn't it? Oh, Zuidel. Where does Zuidel go? Or Kawaii, not Zuidel. I'm combining Zuijo and Kawaii now. I don't think he's in wood tier, but he's got to be like high base tier, right? I do really like Kawaii. I mean, I love Reigns, but Akira, Zaizen, and the bottom is just ugh. What happened in the Rush Rivals? What do you mean? Let's just literally having a conversation now. What about Soulburner? You lost to me there. You just literally just. All right, let's go Panic. Panic can go down in dumpster tier. We're not big like I like Panic as like a duelist. I don't think he would make a good husbando personally. I do like his deck though. I think it's really cool, and he was in one of the funniest duels of all time. So whereas Nail I think is actually kind of boring, I actually do quite like Zion. So for me, where does Zion go? This is actually kind of a hard one. Zion's gonna go up here. I do quite like Zion. Zion is like, what if Nail wasn't a wet blanket? What if Nail actually expressed emotion? What if Nail ran an alien intergalactic furniture company and was a successful businessman? Bam. Zion. And his deck's cooler as well. He made Cyburst cool, which is really hard to do. So Zion gets to be up here. Panic's scary AF? No, Panic's like fine. He just wants to burn you a little bit. I talk about the alien with the ladybug earmuffs. What you want to talk about? God, what's her name? What is her name? It is. Oh, she's got a weird name. She plays the Galaxy deck with all the different attributes. Furniture company. So he's made a lot of massage chairs, I'm going to guess. Yes. At one point, he starts turning people into massage chairs, which is pretty cool. This is like I can't remember what her name is, but yeah, she's an alien. She's the same race as this guy, and Zuijo, and Kawaii, kind of, and Udius. Speaking of which, how are these guys up here? Oh, we just haven't like got to them yet, that's why. We've got Sky Striker Race A. Right, Zork. Dark Master Zork. Yeah, you can go in dumpster tier, I think. I forgot like half of their names. Not very nice then. Yeah, no, he was like he was a mild antagonist briefly. All right, now Udius. I don't know why we've got this image for Udius, but we have this image for Udius. Where does Udius go? I think I like here for Udius. Right next to his, like, semi-vanilla friend, you say. He doesn't need to be, like, much higher than this, realistically. I think it's a fine place for him to be. I actually think we're actually going to bump you down a bit. I want you to be under Udius as well. And you say. What's wrong, Hikari? What's wrong? Are you for real? What's wrong with UDS? He's in base tier. He's near the top of base tier. There's only like 20 people above him. That's a good rating. What do you mean? What do you mean? All right, Zuijo is he's in wood. Where in wood is he going? How high up are we going with Zuijo? You know what? I'm going to rearrange this a little bit as well. I think I want Chaz up here. First, second after Revolver. Zuijo above Udius? Yes, 100% Zuijo over Udius. Udius... Right. So my general opinion on Udius is he's fine. He's okay. He doesn't really grow as a character. He doesn't really have any character development. He just has, like, obstacles that he has to overcome. But he doesn't, like, change because of them. The most that ever happens to him is he gets, like, a depressing, like, emo phase. And then just gets back to normal again. Like, there's no growth. There's no interesting character development with Udius. Like, he's still fine. He's very chipper. He is a good focal point for the show, but there's, like, nothing really going on. Whereas I feel like Zuijo has a lot going on. Like, he starts us as an antagonist. He obviously knows a lot more than he ever lets going on. He ends up working for Dark Meister and joins up with the Dark Matter guys. There's a lot more going on with Zuijo. I feel like he has a lot of character development compared to, like, a lot of the other characters in the entire show that he's in. Chaz is in base. No, Chaz is in wood. He's higher than based. Zuijo abandoned his people and morals to simp over Dark Meister. He'll abandon you too. That's fine. That's completely fine. Zuijo can be above everything he wants, and I'm not going to explain myself. Fair enough. All right, next up we have the Lug. I'm pretty sure this is the Lug. The Lug is great. I actually really like the Lug. Probably going here-ish. The Lug is, like, just a really cool character. He's one of those characters, again, though, that is kind of just always happy. But, like, he's kind of cool at the same time. Where's Roman at? I'm holding a gun. Roman's down here. What do you mean? There she is. She's waiting her turn. We haven't done any of the girls. The girls are waiting. They're biding their time. So next up, we have the Kaiba's Butler. He can go to the bottom of dumpster tier. This guy's from Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. He has the doll. I can't remember what the game he played was. But he loses in a shadow game to Yugi. It's not super important. I'm almost at the point of the anime, but I don't believe you. You're probably interpreting it wrong. I mean, you'll understand when you get to it. I'll try not to, like, spoil any of it, but yeah, you'll understand when you get to it. Next up, I don't even remember this guy's name. He has one duel that I can remember. His deck is anime only. He is hella boring. He's very one-note. He can go in nice young man tier. He's fine. He's not, like, a dumpster, but he's not, like, a good character, in my opinion. Why not just put them in order? What do you mean, Baz? What do you mean not put them in order? You're asking me to rearrange all of this shit before I even start organizing it? Because I'm not doing that. Miuda? If that's his name, Hikari. He left such a low impression on me, I don't remember it. You are also, like, the worst Goha sibling, so you can... This guy, somehow, manages to win a duel. I think it's Urine. He wins a duel, and he's still boring. He's so boring. I like his... I like him. I like his boss. I like his, like... The idea behind his deck is cool, but, like, him as a character is just not very interesting. Like, but his... You know, you just like him because he's on Team Zuijo. Why are there so many? I don't know! But there are so many. Alright, the big five. Nesbit. Nesbit, you get to go into... Is this even Nesbit? This one is the one that duels against Joey, who's Judge Man. You know what? You get to go a little bit higher. I like this guy. The judgment lawyer guy. He's great. This is the one that actually wins. He plays as Robotic Knight. I think it is, or Robot Knight. And he takes Serenity's... Or he tries to take Serenity's body, but he ends up in Tristan's body. I don't remember what his name is either. But he can go down here. All dumpster. Another question. How do you even know the name of the big five? How do you not know them? This is the one that dueled against Yugi. He was Leslie, I want to say. And he played Aqua Soldier, whatever it was. He can go, like, he's probably going further down. He's, like, boring compared to the rest of them. And then lastly, we have Crump. Where's Crump? Crump is a fantastic character. Crump is a penguin enthusiast, and that immediately bumps him up. We're going to put him right above Yuma. Because Yuma is kind of lame, and Crump is better than Yuma. Penguin guy could be at the bottom of dumpster. No. Nah, Kisara, that's not how this goes. Crump gets to be way higher. Crump is the best Big Five member. I don't remember the difference between... What's wrong with Crump? Why does everyone hate Crump? Alright, I do not remember this guy's name. This is the Mama guy. I actually struggle to remember all of the Darkmeister names. I don't dislike this guy, but he's not going above, like, Nice Young Man. He can go, like, up here. Tomato's priorities are all messed up. What do you mean? Alright, this is Fukumura. He is genuinely kind of based. The issue is his deck kind of sucks. Like, out of the Darkmeisters, he's, like, not one of the most, like, interesting ones. You get to be, like... You're not as good as Soulburner. You can go here, Fukumura. Then we have... So, the best Darkman. She's not coming in the list, unfortunately. I forget. This guy's Saburius? He's like... He has such a cute arc, bro. Where he just decides he wants to be cool like Zuijo. So he just, like, starts imitating Zuijo. And it is the most adorable shit in the entire world. I want him up here. Because he's also, like, the first Darkman as well. He's the introduction of the Dark Matter cards. He's so cool. He's so cool. He's a pervert. He's only a pervert in Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series, right? You can't let Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series hold you back, okay? Wait, why is Sky Striker Ace Ray there? Because she's an anime character now. She's in, like, the anime. This is Bakuro. I don't know, man. He's the Newsflash guy. He has, like, an okay arc. He comes back and duels against Yuga Goha, I think. He could be up here. Near the top of Nice Young Man tier. What do you mean Abridged is the truth? It's my Bible. Oh, Janko. Where does Janko go? Janko's a little bit based. Janko plays ants. I will put him at the bottom of based, I think. He doesn't need to be, like, higher than that. We have Hunt, or Hunter. Hunter plays dinosaurs, so he is going to go right up next to Rex Raptor. Oh, actually, do we put him up next to... We're going to put him up next to Tyranno Hasselberry. I mean, he's... I don't know if Hunt would be a good husband. If that's what this tier list even still is. It's my Bible. Wait, you done Earth and Flame? Aren't they both males? No. I don't know what to do with them, so they're just going to live here for now. In the Japanese version, Crump is also... Right, I haven't seen the Virtual World arc in Japanese. Preferring to inhabit a young girl's body, he shows shades of this in the dub, with his creepy nature and frequently targeting girls' bodies. He's canonically a creep in all versions. He was not a creep in the English version, okay? I'm just saying. I mean, he wasn't not a creep, but he wasn't a creep. God, there's so many left. All right, next up. We got to like, get through some of these. Tombs, you get to go, or Ushio, depending on which version we're talking about. Ushio's, like, cool. He's definitely not being in, like, dumpster tier. Ushu, you can go here. I think that's fine. Then we're gonna do Arata. Arata's, like, cool. He plays the Colonel Mop deck. And he's, like, a clean freak. Oh, he's such a character, bro. He's such a character. I don't think he's going above Tristan. We'll put him down here. He is a creep everywhere. Tomatoes are die. Stop being Crump haters. Why does everyone hate my man Crump? Look at his mustache. He's so cool. Tomato's memory is getting worse. Nah. You're all trying to gaslight me. I can see it. Don't think I can't. So next up we have Can, or Ken, depending on which version it is. Ken is better than Hunt. It's a shame that Hunt ended up getting the maximum, because Ken is like a much cooler dinosaur duelist. Like, he played Super King Rex originally. Kind of awesome. Tomato, I hate to tell you this, you need to get you checked at the doctors. Nah. You don't understand what I'm talking about. Sorry, so Galleon Townsend. I like Galleon, but it's just going to be in, like, nice young man tier. I think I prefer him over Bakuro. Alright, noodle time. So this is Sabu Ramen or Menzaburo. I think noodles can't go low down. So are you cooler than the Lug? Yes. Alright, so he's a ninja. He plays noodles. He's a real, like, big noodle enthusiast. Right. In my opinion, there is not a better quality to have than just knowing what you like and going all in on it. And he clearly just loves noodles and ninjas. And so Sabu Ramen goes all in on both. And those are very respectable qualities. Guys, we're British. He can make an appointment at the doctor's and he'll be checked out sometime next year. I mean, I can get in at the same day. I'll just have a long wait in the waiting room, okay? Alright, Seat Bastion or Sebastian. I mean, he's really cool. Where does he go, though? Probably above Mako. Next to Kaizo is probably a good spot for him anyway. After your plant opinion, I have send it to Anonymous, and they have created a Hitman contract. Uh-oh. Next up, we have Getter. Getter's... I mean, Getter's better than, like, these. Getter's the drummer from the Roa Roman band. So, there's not really much to him. He plays Thunder Beetles. Good Yosh! Alright, Yoshio, you are going all the way up. Welcome into base tier, Yoshio. Yoshio is so cool, bro. Like, he plays Beast Gear. He has his, like, outfit. He's basically a role player. Like, my man absolutely just loves being Good Yosh the Overcrusher. He has to be up here. He has to be in base tier. Joke's on you, I don't like the Locters, I'll never lie. Bear. I can't remember this guy's name. Is it, like, Bronk? Is this Bronk? Bronk's gonna be, like, down here in, like, forgettable tier, I guess. I need a doctor today. I feel like I'm dying. Well, that's not ideal. That's not ideal. Now, how the hell do you remember any of these people's names? Well, I've watched some of these shows. I haven't even watched Zexel, and I know Bronk's name. Woman's skill issues. That sounds about right. I forgot two. What does it even mean? His name is Breakstone. Is that his, like, his English name, though? What was his Japanese name? Alright, so next up we have Kaiba's Dark Side. Yeah, you can be somewhere down here, probably. Johnny Steps! Guys, it's Johnny Steps. Who remembers Johnny Steps, guys? Who remembers Johnny Steps? Johnny Steps is super creepy. Like, actual creepy. Not like Crump creepy, where people are, like, trying to gaslight me into saying he's creepy. Like, he's actually kind of creepy. So we'll put him down here next to Panic. Kaiba's Dark Side was a dub-only thing, too. That's kind of funny. What is he in the Japanese, then? Dumpster Gaslight achieved. So this is an Orichalco soldier. Actually, we'll put him up next to his clone friend. Where's the clone at? He's up here. I'm going here. Guy who tried to summon Obelisk the Tormentor with the Seal of Orichalcos and got absolutely dumpstered. Yeah, you can go into like garbage tier. I know, you're probably like better than some of these guys. You can go next to like Sartorius. Crump is creepy. Oh my god, you're baiting me. I'm getting so mad. Alright, next up, Jean-Claude Magnum. Where does Jean-Claude Magnum go? He's kind of like... The thing is, Jean-Claude Magnum, right? He's not bad looking, right? He's a good looking guy. He's got a successful career, right? He's a movie star. But he is really creepy. And he tries to like win Mai in a duel, and it's super weird. But he does play a really cool ninja deck. I'm just saying, ninjas are cool. Right? I'm going to put him up here. We're going to put him up to like top of dumpster. Can't take a rejection. You know, 50 no's and a yes means yes. Mokuba. I mean, Mokuba's fine. Probably go down here. Like, not too high, not too low. Just a nice young man. I got nothing really super positive to say about Mokuba. Alright, this is the kid from the final filler season in Yu-Gi-Oh! When they get locked in Kyber Land, and this guy's deck is nothing but dragon monsters. So Yugi gives him a Heart of the Underdog card to go in his deck, so that when he draws it, he can draw out just a bunch of dragons, and then Yugi duels against the duel bot and discards them all using Spirit Ryu to boost the attack up and kill him. So this is like Nameless Kid. You can go at the bottom of Nice Young Man tier, right under the Judge Man. I don't recognize who this is. Who is this? What dual disc is that? I can't recognize his dual disc even. He's got a Scouter, so I assume he's from Zexal. Judge Man was a cheater, by the way. That's even better. That means he's a winner. I don't know who this is. We're just going to leave him in here for now. Next up, we have Strings. Strings doesn't even actually have like a personality of his own. He can just go all the way at the bottom. I don't know who he is either. Why did you not pick the Ignista? Are you talking about these ones? These things? Because I don't know what they are. Outside of they are the AIs from Vrains. Because I haven't watched Vrains. So I don't know what these are. This is like Evil Astral as well. I don't know what to do with that. I feel bad for Strings because he's mind controlled the entire time. But he's an empty like shell. There's like no personality left. I don't recognize who this is either. Is this the guy? No, I'm pretty sure the kid from Arc V who joins Yusho Duel School didn't look like this. But this could be the guy from Yusho Duel School. I can't remember what deck he plays. If it is that guy. Arcana. Where does Arcana go? I mean, he is horribly disfigured under the mask. He's also super weird. You can go down here, I think. Poor Arcana. Random Zexal person? Potentially. Next up we have Lumos and Umbra. You can go up with the other tag duel guys. I don't know who this is. So if anyone knows this guy, we'll come back to it. But until then, we're going to leave him up here. This is Manga Kaiba. Sure, you can go like up here, right next to Dark Master Zork. Why not? Then we have... What is this? Is this a male or a female? Like this mask person. Like what am I looking at? Wait, don't you know the guy who did an FTK in the anime? I mean, potentially not. Again, which anime is it? Zexal person. You talk about this guy? Lost him. If that's the guy that does the OTK, then I've seen him. Are you assuming their gender? I mean, I'm not. That's why. That's why I haven't done it. He's the guy who summoned his mom. That's. So is this a male character? Is that what you're telling me? I will put them in who because I don't know them. I have no idea who this is, so you also get to go in who. I don't even know what's going on here. Alright. Esperoba. A good big brother. A fake psychic. Comes around at the end. I think here's fine. Right next to Show. Robot was made to counter I and then failed. I see. I think the name is the panda. That's a bot to my... What do you mean? We got 2 robots up here. We're not shy against looking at robots. That's fine. An AI made by Revolver to kill the Ignis. There is so much going on in that show. I don't know who this is either. So you can also go in who to. So this is Arthur Hawkins. I mean, there's only one place for Arthur Hawkins to go, right? And that is right next to his best friend, who is right here. I think Arthur Hawkins gets to go above Solomon because, I mean, look at the bow tie, bro. Look at how suave this man is compared to Solomon. That AI is female tomato? Which one? This one? Is this what we're talking about? The mask thing. I mean, either way, it could stay in who. I'm not too bothered, either way. I don't know what's going on here. That that's a face. Is that from... This looks like a guy from Arc V when they go to the Synchro Dimension, but that's like such an ass pull. I have no idea who this is. I'm going to assume, based on the way he looks, that he's like Shark's dad or something. But I have no information on him whatsoever. Damn, you don't know that one AI who existed as a sibling and lost one duel and is gone? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What am I going to do? I don't know who this is either. We've got a lot of like who's coming up. This is the Einstein parody that duels against Bastion. You can go nice young man. That's fine. I saw Ray animated in this list too. Yeah. Abyss Splash. I mean, that means very little to me, Baj. Next up, we have this sailor guy, who once again I have just no idea. A robot who I don't know who that robot is. This looks like just some painting guy. No idea who that is. Another random pirate who kind of looks like a One Piece character. I have no idea who that... Oh, Bocce. We got Bocce next. All right, Bocce. Bocce goes next to Ushio. Except he's cooler than Ushio because his deck is sick. Bocce is an alien dog. Or is an alien that looks like a dog. And he can transform into a giant muscular man. And he is awesome. He is so cool. Abyss Splash, it's a card. Oh, he's from GX, I think. I see. But Bocce definitely goes up here. He's an alien dog. He is absolutely incredible. He would give the best cuddles. So we definitely have Bocce up here. Then I have no idea who this man is. He is a cowboy. What is going on with this? I've missed something. Because we start getting these like weird aliens? Question mark. I have no idea who this is. This is one of Chaz's older brothers. Probably gonna go like to the bottom of Nice Young Man. Like Chaz's brothers aren't like bad looking. I do think this is the worst looking of the two brothers. And they're successful, right? They're rich. Always a plus. Always a plus. How didn't you know he's a muscular man who could turn into a dog? Because they talk about his backstory in the show, right? You know. You think Chaz's brother should be in Dumpster? Nah. You got to be real bad to hit Dumpster. I'm assuming these are like one-off characters from Zexal that I've just not seen. Don't know who that is either. I don't even know what this is. This is one of the Dark Signers. I'm not super invested. You can just go there. That is just fire. I have no idea who this is. So, again, just going who. This is Chaos Sorcerer. I don't know if we're going to start putting... Oh, yeah, screw it. Chaos Sorcerer. Where do you want to go? You can go in dumpster tier. Next up... I don't know who that is. I don't even know if that's male or female. Right. Donzalug. Where is Donzalug going? Where is Donzalug going? Because it's Donzalug, right? He summons himself. I think he has to be, like, towards the bottom of Based. Are we putting him right at the bottom of Based? Like, it's Don Zalug. It's Don freaking Zalug. There's no way he's not being down there. Alright, we have... Alright, this is the guy who in GX was the strongest duelist at North Academy, who loses to Chaz, and then Chaz takes his spot and gets the Armed Dragon cards and goes and duels against Jaden in, like, the Inter-Duel Academy Championship thing. And he's in a rocking chair. I think he can go in nice young man tier. He's definitely, like, above dumpster tier. The hand rip based. He walks into the field. How can you argue a guy that walks into the field? Exactly, exactly, exactly. This is... Oh, God, what was his name? He's the guy that imitates people, and he imitates Yugi and steals his deck. What was his name? I used to know it. I really can't remember what it is. But yeah, he's, like, fine. He can go, like, over here somewhere. What is his name? Ah, it's really bothering me. Dimitri. Thank you, Kasara. Dimitri. That is it. It is Dimitri. I don't know who this is. This is some weird looking shit. Who is this? This guy's familiar. This guy definitely looks familiar, but I cannot place it. Who is the lovely bearded man? I'm sure I've seen him before, but I can't place it. He's got, like, ripped sleeves. Is he one of the guys from prison? The D faced him in a tournament. I see. Well, I got nothing. I mean, he looks nice. We'll put him up here. I think he shouldn't be in the Who tier. Random beret-wearing man. Go into Who tier. So we have Fisher Sky. Fisher Sky's cool. Fisher Sky's an alien made up of, like, 1,000 tiny, like, fish aliens. Like, skyfish aliens. He's alright. This guy loses bad on live TV. No, don't put, I mean, you can't just keep putting stuff into dumpster, okay? Dumpster is for the worst of the worst. That guy from 5Ds was a super creep. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys. It's fine. It's a-okay. Next up, we have Shivers. This is the guy from Arc V who plays... he plays the Doodle Beasts, and his catchphrase is Shivers. I don't think he can go lower than Based. Like, he's a cool character. I like how this tier list is made you lose 6 viewers. I mean, before we started the tier list, we were on 36 viewers, and we've gone down to 17, according to this at the moment. So we've dropped about 20 viewers, actually. But we wanted to get this done. We started this. We're going to finish it. This guy's from GX. I do not remember what he does in GX. I just remember he's from GX. They don't understand. We went from 36 to 20 to 16. I mean, that's fine. Like, I'm not too bothered about viewership. Like, realistically, like, if I was trying to get views, I wouldn't be doing this, right? What's next? I don't remember who this is. Have I ever seen this guy before? I don't think I've seen him before. He looks like a Zexal character. Like, his hair screams Zexal to me. I gotta decide whether to block Tomato based on how he rates my favorite character. Who's your favorite character, out of curiosity? Is it Galaxon? Is it Galaxon Townsend, this guy? I think he's better than Galleon Townsend, personally. He plays Track Tiger. Seems like some random DM character. Well, this guy. This guy is way too, like, he looks way too elaborate to be like a DM character. No, you're not going to tell me? I don't... I recognize his face. I can't remember who he is, so I'm just going to put him there. Why is Paradox only based? Where would you put Paradox, Valley? Would you actually put it in wood tier? I'm not saying now in case you put him in dumpster on purpose. I see. Right, so George Jersey. George Jersey goes to the bottom of based. George Jersey plays the Jersey deck. He has the Blackluster Soldier retrain where it's just in a tracksuit, and he's awesome. He's also an alien that lives in the alien district underground, which just makes him even cooler. Lone Shark 5Ds. Oh, yeah. Now that you said that, I do remember that. We'll put him in dumpster tier. Plus, he's so ugly. This is the zombie duelist that is not Tombs from Sevens. I don't want him in, like, dumpster, but he's not going to be, like, a high character. He's only in, like, one episode. Jersey guy created rituals. I mean, he doesn't actually do rituals. He, like, imitates rituals. I'm not going to tell you my favorite character either. Surely you don't know them because I've never, ever simp about them. Paradox steal Ace Monster and tried to kill Pegasus. He's cool in my book. But Pegasus is in base tier. So, like, why would we celebrate Pegasus getting killed? I don't recognize this guy based on this picture. He's obviously from 5Ds, but I could not tell you who he is. What is going on here? This is a Chaos Space Marine. I don't recognize it. This is... Is this from... This is either a Zexal character or it's from the Monster Dimension in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. It's one of those. He's a ghost from 5Ds. He's a bot. I see. He literally wants to destroy everything to bring his planet back. Revenge! I don't recognize this person, or if they're even male or female, so I'm going to leave them down here. This, I do not remember his name. He is the rock guy. He balances rocks. He is the epitome of a nice young man. This is the announcer from Arc V, I want to say. Kind of forgettable. Alright, then we get to Pidge Trap. Where do we think Pidge Trap goes? Pidge Trap, this is going to be like the twofer, because it's the pigeon and the man. You can go up here next to Talixin. There's nothing like super interesting going on. The rock guy. Good old rock guy. This guy. So this guy, I believe this is from like episode 2 or 3 of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. I can't actually remember what deck he plays. But I'm pretty sure he's in like the first standing duel against Yusei in 5Ds. This is just a guy reading a newspaper. You just go in hoot here. Bolt Tanner? Is that his name? Bolt Tanner. Is he cool? Do you remember what deck he uses? What deck does Bolt Tanner use? Is this Metaphor music? I know this. Yeah, Metaphor's a great game. Great game. I can't remember the deck, but I liked him. Yeah, I remember his character being okay. I remember the old man he was with having like more of a presence though. This guy was from season 4 of GX. You can just go down here. This guy looks familiar, but I can't place him, so we're going to put him in Who for now. Now, he loses to Yusei, who was playing random jank. I mean, Yusei generally plays random jank, so that's, like, nothing new there. This is the guy who's in a cage match against Zane, but his voice in the English is so funny that he's going in Nice Young Man. Season 2, actually, I think GX, because I remember him. Well, this guy. Is he from Season 2 of GX? Oh, maybe. I don't remember him if he was from Season 2. Season 2 of GX, he played a deck-out deck. He's just he is just not memorable for me then. I don't know who this is. This is probably from... He looks like he's from Capsule Monster Coliseum or Capsule Monsters anime, so that's probably where he's from. I don't remember him, though. Next up we have Tel Kawaii. God, where does Tel go? Tel is not like... He's not very interesting as a character, but he did just have a really good episode in the anime. So Tel can go up here. Oh, I liked him. He's from 5D's The Fortune Cup. Yeah, I just don't, like... I don't recognize him. Like... I remember his duel because Jaden actually decked him out. I mean, that's a good reason to remember him. I cannot remember what this guy's name is. He's in one episode. He plays the big bluefin deck. He's like Mako Light. You can go down here. No idea. You can go in who. This is one of the guys from the Fortune Cup who like made their own D-Wheel, right? And then like I think it was like Crow and Jack have to like stall against them so that they don't get like disqualified because they're missing their like third racer, I think. Eric Stewart voice acting him. Oh, interesting, interesting. That is a dragon. I don't know which dragon that is. I don't recognize this. I feel like I should recognize this. Who is this? It's like so distinct, I feel like I should recognize it. I'm leaning like GX, but I really cannot remember who it is. They don't get disqualified for less than 3 duelists. I remember there was something that where like Crow had to like drag out the duel. I can't remember what it was. I mean the night looking guy? Ah, okay, he's from GX, I see. I have no idea who this is, or from 5Ds even. No idea who that is. Sherry is doing well with herself and her butler. Ah, I see. I actually forgot that they were doing that as a 2. This guy is one of the extras from Arc V, who's part of the Leo Duel School. Kind of whatever. Don't recognize this guy. Who else we got here? We have... Who is this? This guy looks like he should be a main character, but I do not recognize him whatsoever. He might be one of the Monarch duelists from GX, maybe? This is Bron, Mad King of Dark World. He can go in dumpster tier. We've got Schrodinger. Schrodinger is an interesting character. I don't like hate Schrodinger, but he's a bit weird. He's very eccentric. But then a lot of Seven's characters are. You can go next to Alexander the Great. Team Tayo had to stall for 20 turns to summon their boss monster, so maybe that. He looks fine and edgy. Why don't I know him? He has cats. Do you like cats? Maybe cats are cool. Who doesn't like cats? So these are definitely the Monarch duelists. I think this one, I don't remember being particularly interesting. I think this one was... Was this the Zaborg guy from GX? I think just because I recognize him more, I think he's got a more, like, interesting, like, base. I think we're going to put him in Nice Young Man too. Then we have London Kirishima. I mean, he's going in Nice Young Man tier somewhere. I don't think it matters particularly where he goes. He's not a particularly interesting character. The most interesting thing he does is when he launches the town into space when they encounter the Lug. Why does GX have so many random people? Yes. London is lame. Every time he speaks, I miss Roa. Yeah, the issue is, he's just not Roa, right? Roa is so much better than him in every way. Alright. So this is, I think it's Mugetsu... No, Maguto. It's Maguto Sogetsu. He is a fish. And he is awesome. He is well-mannered. He has a really cool deck. He is a practitioner of the Sogetsu style and teaches it to Manabu. At least he's smarter than Manabu? Yes. He's definitely going to be higher than Manabu for surezies, for surezies. I mean, he's not... I think he's actually a good character. He's been in a few episodes now. And his deck is actually really cool as well. I do really genuinely like him. And the first episode he was in, it was like just the absurdist factor of, oh my god, that guy has a fish head. So he's very memorable. I think he definitely stays up in wood tier. Like bottom of wood tier. We're not crazy. But I think he stays up there. I do not recognize this person whatsoever. So this is... Oh god, what was his name? He is in Duel Links as a non-playable character. He's no Menzaburo, but he's like pretty cool. None of his cards are actually out yet as well, which is a shame. He plays like the Masked Beast as like food cards, but they're just not out yet, which is a shame. I don't recognize this guy, even though I feel like I probably should. I mean, I think this guy was on his team. I want to say those two are teammates, but I might just be misremembering. This was the butler. Yeah, you can go in like nice young man tier. There's nothing like super interesting to say about you, unfortunately. Who is next? We have... I don't recognize what this is. This is the guy in Ra Yellow who duels on the shoulders of the big nervous guy, and they cover themselves in Obelisk Blue Dorm like jackets to hide their face. So I think you get to go like up here. You are like a nice enough character. I think at the very least you go above Uo. Butler was based as fuck. Is he based as fuck? I don't really remember. Like, what deck did he use? No, this was the Gramnog guy. That's right. That's right. We'll just wait for the ads to end because we are in an ad break and I can use this opportunity to hydrate. I think we only see him duel once. Well, do you remember what deck he was using when he did duel? I'll just wait another 20 seconds in case people have been hit with ads. Oh, have a nice stretch as well. Oh, I'm just being sat here for half an hour just yapping about random crap. Ads who? Well, you know, you get to dodge them now, Manicus, because you're a sub. So next up we have this guy. I don't remember his name, but he's the guy that duels against Chaz. And he is a massive snob, and Chaz makes this big point about him being just like him when he was younger. And he played a warrior deck that had a bunch of equip spells. And his ace monster was Guilford the Legend, who he summons out and then equips it with like 3 equip spells from the graveyard. Yeah, the Benkai kid, exactly. Hello, by the way, Sandbox. Welcome on him. He definitely goes in nice young man tier. I don't think he's like in base tier. He's not particularly based, but like I remember him. I have quite fond memories of his duel. Hello, Darth Victor. Welcome on in. I know this guy is from GX. I could not tell you what happens in his episode in GX. I literally could not. What are we talking about? We're rating all of the male Yu-Gi-Oh characters. Is currently what we're doing. This is our second chunk at this, because there are a lot of characters in here. But yeah, I do not remember what this guy's deck does at all. I don't remember anything about him. He's just not memorable to me. This guy was the Jinzo duelist that duels against Cyrus. And this is when Cyrus gets this Cyber Dark cards into his deck. I mean, he's cool. He's just like a Jinzo duelist. He's only in one episode. He has like he does like the Jinzo style of dueling. Like Zane is like the Cyber style of dueling guy, right? Saw Gong at number 1. Way to make the whole list invalid. Good job. What do you mean? Gong is amazing. Gong Strong should always be in wood tier. Absolutely important. Yeah, Zane and Cyrus. We got Zane up here. Cyrus is like down here somewhere. Because Zane fights him and Cyrus does the duel after. But Zane has to, like, stop partway through because his heart gives out. This is the Gramnog guy. He probably gets to go next to the Zaborg guy. But this might actually be the Mobius guy, now that I think about it. Either way, they're the two I remember from GX. Who's next? I do not recognize this guy. He looks a bit like Silvio. But, you know, Silvio's already up here, so probably not Silvio, unless it's like young Silvio or something. Next up, we have... Oh, what was this guy's name in the English? It was... So he's the Moki Moki duelist. What was his name? I keep wanting to say, like, Bartholomew, but it's not. What is his name? He's got a... Doesn't Cyrus play Cyberduck better than Zane? I don't know about that. Balowski! Hunter, I love that you know that from memory. Yeah, Balowski. Yeah, Balowski's cool. Okie dokie, Moki Moki. Moki Moki. Absolutely fantastic character. His episode was so good as well in GX. Like, it's so silly, but it's so good. One of Yuma's classmates. Wait. Deck back's about 30. About 30. How is he a young man? Don't worry about that. Nice young man isn't about your appearance on the outside. It's about who you are on the inside, okay? That sounds like a Pokemon, the fuck? I mean, he is a speed duel TCG skill. So this is Chumley's dad. In the English, he has a dizzy deck. In the Japanese, he has a drunk deck. He's not as cool as Chumley. Like, definitely not as cool as Chumley. I think he's going to go down here somewhere. Yeah, I know. I was just messing with you. Next up, we have... Oh, God. What was his name? Napoleon? I think it was Napoleon, is what his name is. He plays the Toy Soldier deck. Him and Crowler keep, like, swapping spaces, like, who's in charge of Duel Academy, while Chancellor Shepard isn't there. I still kind of like him. He's, like, a cool character. Like, he's definitely memorable. You can go next to Crump. You can go next to Crump. I think Crump and Napoleon will probably get on. Bonaparte, yeah, that's it. Flip the table! Exactly. Exactly. Napoleon, because he's named after... Well, yeah, there we go. Wait, where's Pegasus? Pegasus is... He's up here somewhere. There he is. Pegasus is here. He's up in high base tier. He's under Crowler, though, because it's very important he has to remain under Crowler. Why is Zexal 3 in Nice Young Man? Listen, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, Zaki boys. Alright, next up. We're getting through this. We are going to finish this today if we keep going at this pace. I have no idea who this is. Next up, we have... This is the guy who is in Go Rush. He lives in the Alien District Underground. And his hat is the Alien. He plays an anime-only deck. And he is very boring. So he can go and, like... Is he our first 7/Go Rush dumpster tier character? That was Chaz's brother? Wait, that's not Chaz's brother. He's from Vrains. Unless you're talking about this guy. Where's Chaz's brother? Chaz's brother's up here. That's the guy who tried to beat Jack by making him crash, but destroyed his own D-wheel instead. I do remember that. I do actually remember that. Okay. I don't think he's going to be in dumpster tier. We're going to put him up. Probably here. That's probably fine. Next up. Oh god. Who is this guy? Where do I know him from? I know him from somewhere. I recognize him. I cannot remember what he is. Or like which show he's from. He looks like a GX character. But he could be from any. He looks like a GX character though. That's the creep who tries to go out with Alexis. I don't remember him. Does he duel? If he does duel, what deck does he play? Because that's how I'll remember him. Alexis fanboy. Philadul. Who the fuck is that guy? Baz just doesn't recognize anyone. Baz will see like Yugi and be like, who dat? He dueled... Oh, is he the guy that plays Legendary Gambler? Okay, either way, creeps always go down in the creep tier. Where's Johnny Steps? You can go right next to Johnny Steps. Literally, why are there so many fucking filler people? I mean, because a lot of these shows do like villain of the week sort of things, right? This is one of the news guys from that works under Baccarat up here. Where is he? This guy? He doesn't duel, I don't think. He's just like one of the guys on the news team in Sevens. Except Crump for some reason. What's wrong with Crump? He's the one who gave us Legendary Gable. Why the news guy didn't duel? What do you mean? I mean, he doesn't have to... It's not like... We're rating them based on like how much we like them, not like when they duel. So this guy is the satellite cannon duelist. Now, I personally have always had quite a big fondness. Yeah, he's the one who uses Legendary Gamble. Yes. This guy uses satellite cannon, and he duels against Sartorius, and this is the guy that gets 0 TK'd. Like, it's a very funny duel where he tries to like FTK and then actually gets like Uno reverse card and loses. You know I would. Love satellite cannon. I mean, for me, he's going bottom of based. I personally think he is kind of a cool character. He's not like super exciting, but like I do like him. 0 TK is just funny as heck. Yeah, exactly. He gets bonus points for that. I don't recognize this guy. He could just go like here. Then we have this right. Who is this, guys? This is a ghost raccoon. I don't recognize Ghost Raccoon. I don't remember there being an episode of any of the Yu-Gi-Oh series I've seen that feature a Ghost Raccoon. So I don't know what this is. Right, we got 2 Zexals in the chat. Is this character important to Zexal? That is the perfect emote for this, Jasmine. It's the soul of the number card. Oh, is this Pampoko? Whatever it's called. It's a Tanaku. What's the difference between a raccoon and a Tanaku, man? And it's a Tanuki, right? Or is that something different? Whatever that animal is called. Yeah. Next up, random police officer or like security officer from 5Ds. Sure, you can go there. I don't remember it. This guy is peak. This guy is so peak, right? So he is the prison warden from 5Ds. He plays the chain deck, and his like character defining feature is he rips out his nose hairs and like flicks them. Like he just gets up in his nose, rips out a load of nose hairs, and flips them out. And that, for some reason, is so memorable to me as being so fucking weird. That he sticks out as like... Yes, he is like such a weird dumpster character. Iron Chain Dragon is 10 out of 10. Iron Chain Dragon's a cool card, but... I don't recognize this guy. This is Kojaki from GX. I mean, yeah, you can just go dumpster tier, right, mate? You're not going anywhere interesting. I remember his garlic breath more. See, I forgot about that. I know it's Dual Chaser 227 because he uses a D-Wheel. No, the security lost to Yugo in Synchro Summon. He then joined the tournament with a fusion monster. Are you getting that? Like, do you know that, or are you just like yapping? Because like I don't remember the. I couldn't tell you who this was just based on this one image. That's Yuma's freaking teacher. Which one? Alright, we'll continue for now. If someone like points stuff out. This guy. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Is this the Arc V guy who's not in it for very long? I'm trying to remember who this is. I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling. The last one that you didn't know who it was? This guy. I mean, I haven't seen it, so I still don't know who he is. That's the guy who makes food. I mean... you missed... Again, I haven't seen Zexal, so I'm not going to get any of them, unfortunately. Oh, yes! He's the cook from, like, the first season. When he has to do, like, just a bunch of randos. Yes, I do remember that. The guy who got cooked a card. Every female want to have kids with him. Yeah, I do remember that. Because that's when he also duels against the psychic girl. And has, like, the action duel against her. Like, in, like, a round there. So next up we have Reiji. Where does Reiji go? I mean, Reiji is kind of based. His deck is really cool. He's a little bit like... He's kind of a bit of a nothing character, but that isn't necessarily like a bad thing. I kind of like Reiji here. I don't think I like him more than Udius. The thing is, I'm always going to be giving him bonus points because I really like DDD as a deck. Why is Soul Burner so low? I think that's a fair statement. We'll probably move some of these around. You should probably be higher up as well. Soul Burner should probably be up like here. Is anyone else like drastically in the wrong place? Still really like Tremolo as well. Okay, maybe we do that. Edgy Yuhi. Yeah, Teenage Yuhi is like such a step up. Top of base, he actually deal damage to Zark while 10 others can't even deal a single damage. He wins against a guy who cheated and gained infinite lives. Edgy Yuhi, Crowler is. Yeah, Crowler is awesome, right? I don't care what anyone says. Crowler is amazing. I love Crowler. I would marry Crowler if I didn't have any other choice. And I would be satisfied with it. Okay? I mean, what more could you say? I've literally no idea who you are. Who do we got next? This is like skilled Dark Magician and skilled White Magician. Sure. That's if that even who that is. You would marry who? Crowler or Kronos, as you'll know him by. You guys are weird. What do you mean, Hunter? What do you mean? Crowler, Ancient Gear Teacher. Move up? What do you mean move up? Alright, so where is Luke? Luke is here. Luke Man is a lot better than Luke. So we're going to put Luke Man like all the way up here. The Luke Man is so much better than Luke. So much better. Yeah, I know, I don't understand why. What don't you understand? Prowler is one of the best characters in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, right? He is absolutely phenomenal. He has probably the most character growth out of any other character in the entire show, except Jaden. And Jaden's character growth, a lot of it feels very forced, whereas Crowler, like, naturally just becomes a better person over the course of the show. His deck is really, really cool, especially by the end of GX. He is, like, a really positive influence on everyone. He has a cringe voice. Listen, sometimes, Hikari, right, we look past the surface level, right? We see what's very deep within, okay? I don't really want to put all the Dark World stuff up, so we're just not going to bother. Next up, we have the Cardian guy. This is the Flower Cardian guy. Where do we put him in? He's like kind of a mentor figure during Arc V. I think I'm going to put him towards the bottom of base. One, he just plays Flower Cardians in a world where no one plays anything even remotely like that. He plays such a cool deck, right? On top of that, he's like sort of like an underground gang leader. Oh, he's such a cool character. No, Chaz development is better. Chaz development is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. But Chaz feels like he speed runs his development in like the first season and then doesn't get anything else until season 4. Which, again, a lot of people who only watch the English version didn't actually ever watch. What did I just join the stream into? We are rating all of the male Yu-Gi-Oh characters is currently what we're doing, Card Fighter. Thanks for that one, because my voice gets described as the same as Crowler's. I think Crowler's got a really good voice. Like, in the English, his voice is like, yes, I'm Professor Crowler, and you will all be Slifer Slackers. And I'm like, that's a good voice. And then in the Japanese, he's like, Minzignone. He's like, Manjome-kun. And it's also a fantastic voice. Like, both of his voices, I think, are really, really good. And I really like Crowler as a character, just overall. Bastion has the best development. Yeah, they speedrun him doing absolutely nothing for 4 seasons. Which is such a waste. And now my voice is bad too. Ignore others. I don't watch dub. Is Amber Mammoth in the skill? My voice is like the Japanese one. I like the Japanese voice. I like both of the voices personally. This is Shuabara. Shuabara is a sword alien that turns into a sword. And I think for that one fact alone, bro is not going any lower than based. He turns into a sword. He turns into a sword, guys. Come on. He can't be any lower than based. Hey, Sakadetsu. My husbando is close. Oh, God. A really husbando tier list? What's wrong with a husbando tier list, Sakadetsu, okay? We're just rating all the male characters. 10 out of 10 for Bastion. He left the real world behind to sleep with a tiger. To be fair. Where is she? She's in here somewhere. If the tiger looks like this... Listen, I would abandon the real world to go and sleep with this tiger. Like, no cap. Like, you can't fault the man for that. You can't fault the man for that. You've forgotten he's also a dragon alien eater. You are right. Doesn't he eat, like, the cloth that the dragon, Phaser makes? Saka, help me, tomato has bad taste. Nah. We all know who really has the bad taste here. It's Manicus. So next up we have the teacher from Yusho Dual School. I mean, he's fine. There's nothing, like, particularly stand out. He's, what's her name? The main female lead from Arc V. It's her dad. What's her name? Yuzu. It's Yuzu's dad. Like, he's fine. He's fine. Definitely committing snooze to on Bastion. Okay, you are weird, confirmed. What does that even mean? What does that even mean, Hunter? Thank you, music, for just randomly stopping. Try and fix that. Right, Zuzu. Yes, Zuzu, Valk. Thank you. His voice should be in a dumpster. Alright, who's next? Who is next? Where are we? Who is this? I recognize this face. I do recognize this person. I cannot remember who they are. No, I got nothing. I can't remember who this is. If anyone remembers who this man is, remind me, because looks like a GX character. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. It looks like he's from GX, but I can't place him. This guy, I have no idea. This guy, I have no idea. Probably a Zexal character? Although, he looks like he's wearing the Dual Academy gym outfit, so he could be a GX character. This guy also looks like a GX character, and he's also going to go in Who tier. Then we've got... This guy's clearly either Arc V or 5D's character, because he's obviously got the tats. but I don't recognize him. Oh, Joey Wheeler. What do we do with Joey? Where the heck does Joey go on this list? I mean, I could just put him with Yugi and Tristan. I mean, he's kind of a dumbass. At the very top at the front. The thing is, like, I don't dislike Joey, alright? I do not dislike Joey. Joey is a nice character. He looks out for his sister. Actually, that does make me want to put him higher, because I have this thing where if your character is, like, very selfless, I bump you up. At the very top of the front, the legend Joey Based. It's not what's on the outside, it's the inside. Joey is the best character. He nearly dies several times trying to rescue Yugi. Oh. But he's so stupid. Like, he's actually so dumb. How high could we put Joey? What would be the absolute highest I'd be willing to put Joey? I don't think he can go any higher than that. Bro loves gambling, and that makes him more dumb. Who are we talking about? Joey. Yeah, we talk about Joey. In front of Gong? Bro, Joey ain't no Gong. Joey ain't no Gong Strong. Gong Strong is the man, bro. Gambling does not equal dumb. It does if you keep losing. And you keep doing it. He should be in front of Kaiba. You would put him in wood tier above Kaiba. Kisara, come on. Come on. I prefer Kaizo over Joey. I mean, Kaizo's kind of cool. I do think Joey definitely has more of a character than Kaizo. I think I like where Joey is, to be honest. Oh god, this is the third person from the dinosaur team. There's not really much to say. He doesn't really have many lines or much of anything going on. This is... oh, what's his name? He's the meat duelist. The third member of Menzaburu's team. He plays Fire Beasts. I can't remember what his name is, but like there's not much going on to his character. He's a little bit one note. We'll put him next to Tombs. So this is the other ninja. I don't remember him having many lines again. Like, he was in Arc V. He can cook, has got to be a plus. That is true, but Tombs is in a band. Yeah, Yuya's next. I would hate to be anywhere near Yuya for any, like, prolonged period of time. Who? The Nico duelist with Battleox and Centaur based on me. Yes, that guy. Yuya for me is going in the bottom of Naishang Man. I don't despise Yuya, but he is my least favorite Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist. I don't really like him very much. Yuya is terrible. He has no character development. He's stupid. He's annoying. He does have character development. It's just, it's very, very, very slow. It's unbelievably slow, his character progression. He slowly gets better and better and better and better as you go through, but very, very slowly. I don't think he does much. He just has plot armor. I mean, he does do stuff. Like, he does push the plot forward, but he is a little bit of a passive protagonist where he kind of lets things happen to himself. So, like, I'll give you that. I don't recognize this guy and his wicked eyebrows. People say Yuma has no character development, and then they like Yuya. I think Yuma does, again, from what I've seen, in, like, little sprinkles here and there, I would say Yuma does have character development, but, like, I think the problem is people don't think he's that much different where he ends from where he starts, right? Character doesn't need to change much if they're perfect. I mean, the biggest look at that is kind of, like Atem. Like, he kind of doesn't change much, but he's still, like, a fine character, right? Reiji does better shit. He doesn't duel and is still better. Yuma doesn't have character development. He's just has a stop being a child and grow up. That's called character development. That is what character development is. I don't know who this is. It looks familiar, but I couldn't tell you who it is. I don't know who this is. I don't know who the hell this is. Alright, this is the Yeti. So the Yeti is one of the Luke's henchmen. You can probably go under Dimitri. He plays a anime exclusive beast deck. He's cool. There's nothing like super crazy about him. That's not called character development. That's called being a grown-up. That's what... Manicist, do you genuinely not know what character development is? Like, do I have to explain what character development is? Like, it's when you develop your character. And the most black and white, obvious depiction of developing your character is growing up. That is literally what character development is. Now, I don't want a character to be perfect. I want to appreciate them for their flaws and weaknesses too. This is a husbando tier list. It's about love. I'm so poetic. I mean, if you say so. The terrible manga. Blame the funny door. No, the ads, the whitetail. I would ever know. Well, maybe Hikari needs to subscribe. And then she won't get hit with ads. I want his deck printed. Oh, the cat with whitetail is like... I mean, I want all of the Sevens and Gorish decks. I would love them all to be printed as real decks. Next up is the sandwich guy. So this is the guy from GX that, like, grabs cards from a waterfall so that he can, like, grab, like, the egg mayo sandwich or whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of a nothing character, right? He's a one-off. There's nothing really to say about him. Then we get... This is... What's his name? His name is... I keep wanting to say Mbappe, but that's a football player. He's the dinosaur duelist who has an anime-only deck. He works for the Lug, and his deck is like a dinosaur, like, crafting kit. Yeah, the plastic Gumpler guy. Like, I think he's cool. He's also an actual, like, dinosaur astronaut, which makes him even cooler. He's definitely in base tier. Where's his other dinosaur friends? Yeah, you can go up here with your other dinosaurs. You're definitely cooler than Can, though. You can go right next to Tyranno Hasaberry, I think. Alright, who is next on the list? It's this guy. This looks like a Zexal character, and I have no idea who it is. What's up, Hunter? I don't recognize this guy either. This looks like, again, a Zexal character. I have no idea who it is. This is him. This is the guy who is, like, the new kid that joins Yusho Duel School and is, like, Yuya's, like, protege, I guess. They, like, become friends. And look, he's standing right in front of Gong Strong, you can tell. No way the maximum character is not at the top of Rush Dino Duelist. What, Hunt? The thing is... Hunt is, like... He's not... He has the most character, but that character isn't great, right? He's, like, greedy. He's, like, very self-centered. Hunter's life. I don't know about that. Okay, but Hunter, who would you put in the first tier? I like Dynamic Dino Dynamix. I don't think its user is, like, particularly stand out. So this is this Tenzen from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. I actually quite like Tenzen. I'm going to put Tenzen above Yuo, I think. I think that's fine. Who is this man? This man is familiar to me. He's a GX character. Is he one of the proctors in GX? Well, I've got nothing to say about him. I don't even know if he has a name. We're just going to leave him there. Random obelisk blue guy. I don't know if this guy even duels. I don't recognize him. Then we have this guy, who once again, I have no idea who this is. Who is next? This guy is a Society of Light guy. Again, I don't remember him. Does he duel? There's like a lot of like Who characters towards the end of this, it looks like. That's Yuya's. This is Yuya's mum, by the way. If we were doing a waifu tier list, this would be in top tier. Oh, you can't actually see it. This would be in top tier if we were doing a waifu tier list, which we'll probably do at some point in the future. But Yuya's mum definitely should be in top tier, okay? Oh, it's the quiz guy! Okay, yeah, quiz guy's cool. I remember that duel being really cool. Like, it's kind of cringe, but like in a cool way. You get to go up a bit then. Oh, I do like that. It's one of those things where, like, it stands out as being, like, memorable. I have no idea who you are. You look like a main character, but I don't know who you are. Because you're wearing a scouter, I know you're from Zexal, but that gives me very little to work with. He's kind of a loser. Interesting take on a duel, though. Yeah, that's basically where we're giving bonus points. What's up, Sandbox? What's up? We're not going to bother with the Dark Quad stuff. This is just the monkey from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And you know what? You get to go above Yuya. I think that's fair. Oh, Question is in, like, he played Question the card. Right. I'm on the same page now. I don't recognize this guy. Before you summon, what is 2 plus 2? Bum, 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 bum. Based monkey. Hello, Pot of Greed. Welcome. Wait. He's said that monkey is based. You want the monkey in base tier? You really want the monkey in base tier? You didn't recognize Seiya? Who is Seiya? Oh, is this the guy who in 5Ds is like the guy that's manipulating Akiza? The leader of the psychic cult. Yes. Okay, a dumpster. I'm waiting to see if anyone disagrees with this. He's a bad man. He deserves to be in the dumpster. Because nobody should wrong Akiza, okay? Alright. What does this guy... This guy's from the Society of Light. He's the guy that in the English has the whole, like, Brooklyn accent thing going on. And he has the whole thing where he shuffles the deck for a long-ass time while just, like, spouting nonsense. I cannot remember what actual deck he uses. He's like, yeah, bada bing! I'm coming right at ya! Like, he's so lovely because of his English voice. He also is, like, again, not, like, bad looking. No, he's not going up there. We'll put him here, I think. What deck does he play? Does anyone remember what deck he uses? Random Light of Destruction guy. I cannot remember, like, what deck. Oh, yeah, he's the BES guy! That's right! Oh, I remember that now, bro! He plays, like, such a garbage tier deck and somehow makes it kind of look playable. I don't think we need to do these ones because they're not, like, real characters. Is that it? Have we gotten to the end? Like, these are just all, like, manga characters. I don't know who any of these are, so I don't think we have to worry about them. I think that's it, guys. I think we've done it. Jack is down here again for some reason, but, like, we already have Jack Atlas. Unless it's, like, 5D's Jack Atlas versus, like, Arc V Jack Atlas, and I don't really give a shit about that distinction. Like, we've already got Jack Atlas up here, so we're just going to leave him there. He doesn't deserve based? Aw, come on, what do you mean he doesn't deserve based? Vagabond based. Alright, so, if we go back to the top. This is our list as is at the moment. Gong Strong at number 1. The more I think about it, the more I don't want Marek all the way at the top. I like Marek, but like I don't think he should be all the way at the top. Probably more like this. Like Gong Strong, Zane, Phaser, Revolver, Chaz. I think I like that a bit better. What's wrong? What's wrong, Hikari? What's wrong? Gong's strongest. Gong is strongest. Gong is just such a good boy. Like, Gong is my favourite character from all of Arc V, and I really like Arc V. Alright, right. Hikari.
I haven't watched Brains, right? The fact that there is a Vrains character in Wood, and I haven't even watched the show,
is already an accomplishment, okay? I think asking me to put him any higher when what I know about him is he programmed an AI, he plays a rocket deck with Borals. Like, what more do you want from me? I would say he's done very well to make it this far. Yuga Goha's probably going to drop down a bit as well. We're probably going to move Bakura down and Kaiba up a bit. Shun is probably also going to go above Bakura. Think. I think I like this. Revolver dub voice is so... I've never heard Revolver's dub voice. Neither have I. Sora should be on Wood. No. I like Sora, don't get me wrong, but he's not going any higher. Wait, where's Astal? Who's Astal? Who is Astal, Sandbox? For the love of God, man, watch Vrains. You keep saying it like, oh, why haven't you watched Vrains since like the last time we spoke, like a week ago? It's like, what do you want me to do? Cram it all in one go? I think I won all the duels when they use those cards. Asta Phoenix. Asta Phoenix. Asta is... Where is Asta? He's down there. There he is. We just accidentally bumped him down a spot. Asta is down here in Nice Young Manta. I don't really like him. I'm not really a big fan of Asta, to be honest. Then in base tier, I mean, definitely base, definitely base, definitely base, definitely base, definitely base, definitely base, definitely based. Then we, like, this is where, like, there's a drop-off. Like, I still like all these characters, but they're, like, definitely, like, a step down from, like, these guys. These are the real cool ones. Prime, he's that low? Asta Phoenix kinda sucks. He's kind of lame. He definitely shouldn't be in base tier. Joey should be at the top of based at least. I don't know, do I like Joey more than I like any of these other characters? This is kind of stacked. Like, especially up here. Like, everything here is kind of stacked. I could move this down for, like, less than Joey. I don't know if I'd move anyone else below Joey. What's wrong, Hikari? Okay, we're trying to get Joey up a few points. Okay, we're really trying. We're really trying. Watch Frames. Yeah, we'll watch Frames at some point. We'll do like a watch along or some shit. We'll get something going. I love how we have this like little clump of dinosaur duelists. Like, do we just? We're gonna bump Rex up just to be with the other dinosaur players. Is there anything else that's like massively out of place here? I don't think so. I don't think Night Shroud should probably be all the way up here. You can probably go back down to the bottom of Based. You can also go down. Start now. Next stream of Rain's Watch Party. Now, if I was going to do a Rain's Watch Party, it wouldn't be as a Twitch stream. It would probably just be like a Discord thing. We should force Tomato to watch all of Rain's on stream. Put Hunt on top. Yeah, I think you should. You'll love it. I want to watch Go Rush on stream, but I don't want to be banned, even if it's for Zuijo. Yeah. The only thing you could really do is just, like, you just chat, and then you just have a timestamp as to where on the episode you are. Like, you stream, like the time of, like, what minute in the episode you are. And then people can, like, find that time on that episode and watch it themselves. I really like Brains. Brains is cool. He's the only dino guy with a personality. Right, first off, Rex Raptor has a personality. Second off, the guy who uses the dinosaur like Gunpla kit is so much cooler. Third, Tyranno Hasselberry, right, has such personality. My man has dino DNA. He can go into dinosaur spirit form and fly into space and destroy a satellite. And you're telling me he doesn't have any personality? Come on, Hunter. You got to work with me here. Too complicated. I saw a streamer stream Sevens, but it was tiny on the VOD. There are some people that just stream anime and they don't give a shit, and they're usually like so small they never get picked up, so like it can work. Listen, if you transform the video enough, it's not copyright infringing. I mean, there is still like levels, right? He's not greedy enough to find maximum cards just to sell them. No, but he wants like the prestige that comes with it, and then he just wants to like get big from that. I've never been a big Hunt fan. Like, I like Hunt. He's in base tier, but like, his personality's like never like stood out to me as being particularly impressive. Then we get the nice young man tier. We've just got some nice young men. Does anyone here like stand out? Like, maybe we could maybe move Crump up a little bit, but like I kind of like him where he is, like right next to Yugo. Just do a Discord watch party. That's what I'd be planning to do myself. But yeah, Hikari could do the same thing, obviously. Copyright laws are weird, and I don't know copyright laws in the UK. They're very similar to that in the US. Obviously, they're not exactly the same, but for the most part, if you can make something transformative, you can use it as fair use. But then there's like, how much time can you spend on it? Like, you can't just use like more than 5 seconds of unedited footage, because then that's not allowed. Move Crump up a little bit. Crump's awesome, bro. I don't know why everyone hates Crump so much. I kind of want to move Chumley up. Like, Chumley's kind of based. I really like Leon as well. Do we move Alexander the Great up any? Like, I do quite like Alexander the Great. You most likely pissed off the chat. I just face cubics in PvP. Well, we do have quantum cubes up here. Just hanging out in base. It's too bad we couldn't put quantum cubes any higher up, because obviously it's really nice that he runs all of the tournaments for us. It's really good that he was the Rush World Champion, but Chumley over Yubel? Chumley's amazing. What's wrong with Chumley? Why does everyone hate Chumley? It's all the bigger characters. That's what it is. Every time I put a character that's like, you know, a bit on the chunky side, everyone always jumps down my throat. They're like, oh, you can't have Gong Strong in top. And look, right? Pretty man, 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 pretty man. I mean, kind of pretty man. Fish, pretty man, and then Gong Strong. And everyone's like, no, Gong Strong is a porky, and we don't like him. And I'm like, no, that's not fair. Gongstrong is lovely, and we should love him. And the same thing for Chumley. Everyone just hates Chumley. It's because he's a larger gentleman, isn't it? You said that Kaito is pretty. What's wrong with Kaito? Kaito's a pretty man. Nothing wrong with that. Yubel on a guy list. Listen, right? Yubel, in my opinion, gets to be both, so gets to be on all lists. Okay, that's how I'm doing this. If you don't like it, that's your problem. He murdered a bully, and that's based. That is kind of based. That is kind of based. I might have nothing against Gong being in the wood. Good. You keep him in there. Exactly. That's what we're talking about, Kisara. Bish. Exactly. Health matters. Nah, I legit hate Chumley in the sub. And it's because he's annoying in the dub. I like Chumley in the dub. This is just what? It's like, I'm gonna summon my big koala. And then he does, like, his whole story arc is really cute. Like, when he has, like, the final duel against Crowler as well, that's such a nice duel. You get to see, like, the Ancient Gear Golem versus the Master of Oz. And it's so good. It's so good. Chumley is just a card that eat grilled cheese sandwich and complain all the time. He's just a guy that eats grilled cheese sandwich and complain all the time. I mean, he starts out that way, but again, it's character development. He doesn't end that way, right? He goes and gets a job at Industrial Illusions and works for Pegasus. At least he improves in Season 2, yeah. I mean, that's what we're kind of going for more what these characters end at. Because if this was the characters as they start, Yuma would be much further down. Yuo, where the hell's Yuo? Yuo would be in dumpster tier if it was like where Yuo started. Because Yuo starts out awful. But yeah, I think I'm happy with this list. I mean, is there anything like in dumpster that needs to come out of dumpster? I think dumpster's probably fine. There's nothing here that like stands out to me as being like definitely out of place. Chumley was groomed by the Yu-Gi-Oh! What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo starts a 10 and becomes a 0? What are you smoking, Hunter? Yuo starts out as like a spoiled, bratty little shit. And then he becomes, like, he redeems himself. He grows as a person. He becomes a nice character. And everyone likes him and they respect him. And he redeems his awful character. A manipulative small kid is always the best character in my book. I think that there's... It depends, right? I think it can be a fun character to work with. Having that sort of archetype. But... I don't think Yuo did it particularly well. He always came across as kind of like whiny. Personally. I love Yuo's voice. I would listen to it all day. I mean, that is fair enough. He grew into a child. He grows into a man. What are you talking about? He becomes a dependable character. He stands up to Yuga Goha. Yeah, overall, I think I'm quite happy with this. And the most importantly, I'm happy we managed to get through this without having to do another stream of it. But I am quite happy. I'm tempted to do the girls in another stream in the future, someone. Because, I mean, the issue is that when it comes to the girls, like, some of them are, like, so good, right? Like, as characters, right? Like, we were talking about earlier. Where's, Yuya's mum? Yuya's mum would be like triple S tier. Like Yuya's mum is like peak Yu-Gi-Oh! Female character design. Absolutely just goated. Don't rate Asana. Why not? Why not rate Asana? Why don't you want me to rate Asana? What's wrong, Hikari? Why is there a Fire Elemental and Girl section? Fire Elemental is just kind of left over in leftover section, along with all the, like, anime, the manga stuff. Like, this is, like, Shadow Vorse Raider. We've also got, like, some of the random crap from the GX, like, world dimension. I don't know what this robot's from, so that means very little to me. That's just a Dark World thing. I don't know what this is. This is a dragon. Sana and Asaka a 10 out of 10. Excuse me. Yeah, sure. Voice Raider based. I mean, it's obviously we're not doing the girls at the moment, right? But like, some of these would probably be a lot higher than you'd expect. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a weird one though, right? Because right. When it comes to things like husbandos and waifus, there are two competing forces, right? There are the I love them, I want to protect them, and then there's like the dirtier side where it's like, you know. So whenever it comes to doing one of these lists, it's like you gotta like find the balance. Like I like Roman as a character, right? I think she's a cool character. I wouldn't want to like date Roman because she's like 10 and that's weird, right? You get the point? You get the point? You would do the marry list. Yeah, that's basically that sort of thing, right? Yeah, but then it gets weird because then it's like, what if you have a character that should be in both? That's kind of what the nice young man tier is, right? It's just the tier of like, we can just put a lot of the younger characters that probably shouldn't be anywhere else in here. And then like the really cool younger characters get to be in Based. And then none of the younger characters get to be in Wood. Except kind of Gong, because Gong is kind of a child, but it doesn't matter. We allow Gong the free pass, okay? I'm on the soft side. You did the marry list. Roman did more than any other female character. I mean, she has like a lot of duels. She's part of a band. She makes curry. Like, all good qualities. We have run over our stream time by quite a lot, though. So, we are probably going protect and smash category. But then it just becomes like, almost like not tiered, right? It just becomes like its own thing. But we are going to be ending the stream here. Like I said, we've gone half an hour over, which means I'm going to have half an hour less time to get the shit done that I need to get done. But that is on me. But we will be back again on Thursday to do, I don't even know what. I mean, we've already done this tier list. We're not going to be doing another tier list on Thursday. We'll definitely be spacing them out. We might be doing like some speed, because I don't think we're going to bother with Rush until Maddox comes out, realistically. So we'll probably be doing like some speed ladder grind. By then we might have the ban list announced, you never know, which could be pretty cool. So that to look forward to at the release. But yeah, like I said, we're back on Thursday. We've had a good time today. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.